sent the post out like she was admitting the fact that she did wrong.
Yeah, I see that post.
She sitting there laughing yesterday. I was like, Mom, please go sit down. And she's like, guess what? I was driving yesterday and they told me not to. I'm like, well, okay.
Cruising for Bruce.
Just to go get some dang quesadillas. So it's so hurt.
Quesadilla. Why she just sent her?
I don't even know. I don't even know why they let her do it. He be acting like he's like, no, we trying to tell her not to do stuff. Maybe you let her do stuff. They ain't rapping yet.
Your hot cold part. Feel good.
Come on.
Shalom, brother. How you doing, man?
Sound like that movie. You sit right there and eat text.
Something's wrong with y'all guys, man. All right, Shalom. We go ahead and pray real quick, guys. Hold on 1 second. We got a dude on here called Reggie Black Jesus. What the hell is this?
I cut the air on, so if it keeps on, y'all get cold.
Alrighty. Shalom, Brother Frederick, man. Give us 1 second. We're going to pray.
Man of Israel, blow trumpet.
Dear Heavenly Father, Lord, thank you for another Sabbath, Lord. Thank you for letting us be here gathered together, Lord. Let this word come out, Lord, and glister on our people, Lord. Let your words stick to us like glue, Lord. Let us obey the words of your laws, Lord. Let us do everything that we need to do, Lord, so we can get saved, Lord, so we be in an everlasting kingdom, Lord, and see your presence every day, Lord. Thank you for everything you've done for us, Lord, by letting us walk, giving us a chance to do your law, statute, commandments, letting us be around each other, letting us grow with each other, Lord. Thank you for letting us be out on the streets teaching your word so other people can hear them, Lord. Lord, please let your word be in these people's ear, Lord, so we can wake up, so we can go home, Lord. We pray for the destruction of our enemies, Lord, so we can get out of here, Lord. And we pray for the death of the brothers and sisters who don't want to listen to you, Lord, and continue to let our path go straight so we can go home. In your name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
All right, today's class, brothers and sisters, is part two of workplace relationships. All right, basically, and lust. All right, went over a couple of things last week to set up these things that's coming forth. Can anybody tell me why do we start out with, why do work relationships start to happen in the first place? I'm sorry. I got tripped up on my words. Why do they start happening in the first place? Do anybody want to elaborate on that? Anybody?
Trying to get to know somebody.
Trying to get to know, you saying, okay, then it happened because you try to get to know somebody? Anybody, somebody else? Ain't no wrong answer. Ain't no answer the wrong answer on this. It's right.
Well, from a worldly perspective.
Hold on, officer. No, officer, go ahead.
Familiarity is due to just the constant being around certain people.
Constantly being around them?
All the time, yeah.
Okay, Officer.
Yeah, I mean, that's pretty much what, from a worldly aspect, just you're away from your family all those hours, you know what I'm saying, and you're away from home.
Your family, your girl.
Yeah, home. You just away from home from all them hours, you know what I'm saying? And
And
some people use that as a time for them to make time go by.
Okay, right. So when people do that to make the time go by, right? But at the end of the day, what it ends up doing to us as what it ends up doing to the other person that's behind the scene, the person that is not seen. What it end up doing to them that's not seen?
Cause them to have a feeling of neglect, maybe.
Okay, the feeling of neglect. I'm talking about now after this involved, after this thing of being found out. What happens behind it? Attitude. Jealousy.
And you get a lot of arguments, fighting going on.
A lot of arguments, fighting. What's some other things that happen behind it? The other things happen once you bust it, once you caught.
This disintegration of the relationship.
Disintegration of the relationship meaning you are lost. The relationship is a wash now.
Right.
It's lost, right? Anything else with that? Anything else with that? Reason why I'm asking these things is because it's exactly hit the point right there, because the relationship is pretty much a wash now. It's a wash because one person's lust have ruined a whole. I got you. I got you. One person's lust have ruined a whole relationship. That pleasure for that one little chick at work or that one man at work have ruined a whole relationship, right? Ruined the family, right? You'll let that separate that. What about your children? What did they do to you? What's about your brothers, your sisters that you letting down? See, you gotta think about these whole things, man, when we involve ourselves in these work relationships. You gotta think about that whole logic right there. Your family, your friends.
Right.
Your friends becoming talking about the congregation. You know, can you really look at a brother like, how you gonna look at that brother now when that brother seemed to be so good in the congregation, or that sister seemed to be so good in the congregation, and now you will see their true side, you know what I'm saying? Reason why we're bringing this out, hoping it just touch somebody, one person. If one person it touched can stop that person from violating himself.
Right.
Because, hold on, officer, give me Proverbs 8 real quick, please, sir. Give me Proverbs 8 and verse 36. Watch this. Yep. And as you know, this officer's over here reading from the day back, like the old days. We got the officer over here reading Soldier Herman. Soldier Herman is home with his wife, Sister Victoria. She had surgery the other day on Thursday. So, officer gonna read for us today. Go ahead.
All right, Proverbs 8 and verse 36. It says, "But he that sinneth against me wrongeth his own soul.
So a man sin against God wrong with his own soul. Read.
All they that hate me love death."
So when you sin against God, God is saying you what? Hate him. And the penalty for that is death. So God's saying when you sin against him, you hate him. So that's the reason why I'm saying that if this could save one person from being put to what? Death, all praise to the Most High. And what do you write on there, officer? I can't. Yeah, I know it. Background gets me too.
Different type of. Different type of relate.
Yeah, it ain't gonna help, is it?
On a different type of relationship and work I'm dealing with His Edomite supervisor is very jealous, very vindictive.
She's very jealous and very vindictive. Okay, you know that happens, right? I'm gonna tell you like this. Supervisors, I got a class coming on that. You know, I got a class coming on that too, about supervisors at your job. Okay, but I'm not gonna jump into it today, but I will. I'm gonna jump into it. I'm gonna make sure that I jump into it. But if she's doing that, brother, she's really jealous. You know, you can't be leading people. I'm not saying you are, but I'm saying don't lead nobody on. You know, you cut that water off real quick. You understand? You gotta cut that water off real quick. And if she become a problem, you gotta always go to HR. You know what I'm saying? You can always go to HR and complain. You know, go to HR. And that might save your job. You know what I'm saying? Because if she gets mad, she could try to what? Get you fired or fire you. You know what I'm saying? So I will go to HR and I would kill it all the way together, off the dribble. I kill it all off because Ecclesiastes 12:10, officer. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 10. It says, never trust thine enemy.
Never trust your enemy.
For like as iron rusteth, so is his wickedness.
Iron is surely the rust. That's what the Most High said. Iron is surely the rust, and so is the wickedness of your enemy. He's surely going to be wicked. You know, they'll try to act like, oh, they so cool and everything, but then they'll what? They'll stab you. Watch this. So they'll try to act like they cool with you, and they will get you, bro. But watch this. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm coming. Give me Ecclesiastes 12 and 13.
Ecclesiastes 12 and verse 13.
Watch this.
It says, who will pity a charmer?
Who will pity a charmer? Who will pity a charmer? Read.
That is bitten with a serpent.
That is bitten with a serpent.
Or any such as come not wild beasts.
And watch this. So it says, who would pity a charmer? Because is a charmer, is he supposed to be messing with a snake? He supposed to be making, God didn't make men to mess with snakes. So it says, who would pity a charmer when he's bitten by a snake? Because nobody told you to mess with that snake. Same thing at our job. When you messing with if you messing with these other nations, as far as trying to seduce them, or they, any of that. You trying to be kind to them in a way where it's just on the what's up level. Then if they bite you, then you got to look at that thing it's not their fault. It's your what? We got to separate ourselves from these people, man. You know, at every job, people like to play and all that. It's a certain point that I don't go past. You know, if you start touching me, we got a problem. You understand? It's a certain point you can't go past. You know, all that trying to touchy-feely, no. Because, see, like the scripture said, never trust your what? Enemy, right? So, what would your enemy do? They'll turn around and lie straight on who? On you. What did the woman do that with Emmett Till? It took her all the way to what was it, 2000 or was it 1990? Then she confessed.
2000.
Was it 2000? Okay, I forgot. I ain't looked at it in a minute. But it took her all the way that long to confess that little boy really didn't do nothing to her. It took her that long to confess that. So what you think if somebody at work, somebody sees something and somebody sees something at work and they might make fun of them, anything. And what they do? They go to run to HR and get you what? Get you fired. So read that 13 to 12 and 13 again. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes 12 verse 13. Who will pity a charmer that is bitten with a serpent, or any such as come nigh wild beasts?
To any such come nigh to a wild beast. You know, like those dudes be acting like they like the old man. I'm gonna give you an incident. It was on Facebook maybe a year or two ago where the old man went into the lion cage, and there's a big lion cage in the old white man, and the lion carried him off and killed him. Y'all see that? And that's what it said. You go nigh to a wild beast. That beast is gonna be his nature. His natural thing is to do what? To kill. So what do you think he's gonna do to you? Oh, the friendly booty cat. No, the friendly booty cat got your teeth ripped in your daggone skin. So that's what we don't do. So now to get to the lesson, and just to answer the brother's question. Now to get to the lesson, officer, let's start off with Proverbs 6 and 27. We leaving off from where we was last week, so we're gonna start with Proverbs 6 and 27. Watch this.
Proverbs 6 and verse 27. Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
Can a man take fire in his bosom and his clothes not be burned?
Can one go up on hot coals and his feet not be burned?
Come on.
So he that goeth into his neighbor's wife, whosoever toucheth her shall not be innocent.
So whoever touches a man's wife shall not be innocent. Watch this, come on.
It says, men do not despise a thief if he steal to satisfy his soul when he is hungry. But if he be found, he shall restore sevenfold. He shall give all the substance of his house.
So he's letting you know that if a man catch you stealing, he ain't gonna put you to death. You know what I'm saying? He might knock your eye out, put a knot on your head or something, but dot your eye. But he ain't gonna kill you. But watch this.
But whosoever committeth adultery with a woman lacketh understanding.
See, whoever sleeps with a woman lacks understanding. Y'all brothers understand that? So it says if you sleep with a married woman, when you commit adultery, you lack understanding. Watch this.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul.
He that doeth it destroyeth his own soul. Soldier, one of y'all, Soldier George or Soldier Herman, Soldier Moses, I need one of y'all to stroll for us, please. Put the scriptures in. One of y'all on the Facebook. He did do. That's Proverbs. Okay. Proverbs 6 and 20. What?
That was 32.
We at 32. Come on.
No, we at 33.
33. Come on.
It says, a wound and dishonor shall he get.
A wound, you gonna get that knot on your head, and a dishonor shall he get.
And his reproach shall not be wiped away.
And his disapproval of shall not be wiped away.
For jealousy is the rage of a man.
For jealousy is a rage of a man.
Therefore he will not spare in the day of vengeance.
Therefore he would not spare in the day of vengeance. So that man ain't gonna spare you. He's not gonna let off of you. So if a man come in and he's in another man's bosom of his wife, do you think thou shall not kill gonna come into his head right then and there? No, thou shall not kill that. No, because God said it right here. God's letting you know that, you know what? He's not going to think of his law if you in that man's bosom. Read the last part.
It says, he will not spare in the day of vengeance. He will not regard any ransom.
He don't want your money. He don't want your apologies. He don't want none of that. Read.
It says, neither will he rest content.
Neither will he be content with what you did. Neither is he going to rest with content.
Though thou givest many gifts.
So that's whoever the person, you know, the person is cheating. The person got called cheating. They think that they give you gifts or they say, I'm sorry. They think, no. Brothers is not doing it. Brothers don't want to hear that. Because why? If your wife is what? If your wife is defiled, we just went over this. You cannot what?
Can't go back.
You can't go back. You just lost a husband. Some of y'all husbands, y'all might not have the best of job, but y'all are taken care of as women, of Israelites women. He's working these hours to take care of you. You and the kids. Now, y'all separated because of your action. But you know the women, you know what the woman gonna do? She gonna run down the child support on you like it was your what?
Your fault.
Your fault. All of that is evil. From her, give me 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10. Did we go to 2 Thessalonians 3 and 10 last week? I don't think so. Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, but we're going there again. I see it. But we have to go there one more time. Watch this.
So, 2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 10.
Mm-hmm.
It says, night and day, praying exceedingly, that we might see your face.
2 Thessalonians 3. Yeah. I'm sorry.
2 Thessalonians 3 and verse 10. For even when we were with you, this we commanded you, that if any would not work, neither should he eat.
So if a man didn't work, he cannot eat, neither would he eat. Give me Mark 6 and 3. Let's see what Christ did.
Mark 6 and verse 3. It says, is not this the carpenter, the son of Mary, the brother of James and Joseph, and of Judah and Simon? And are not his sisters here with us? And they were offended at him.
They was offended at Christ. So Christ worked. He was a carpenter, right? So what makes you brothers think y'all don't have to work? Christ worked. Hold on real quick. I want to show something real quick. All right. Give me Genesis 29. Let's start with 16.
Genesis 29 and verse 16.
Watch this.
And Laban had 2 daughters. The name of the elder was Leah, and the name of the youngest was Rachel.
Mm-hmm.
Leah was tender-eyed.
Leah was what?
Tender-eyed.
Read.
But Rachel was beautiful and well-favored.
Uh-huh.
And Jacob loved Rachel and said,
Jacob loved Rachel and said what?
I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter.
So he loved Rachel because she was what? Beautiful. All right. So he lusts for Rachel, right? Watch this. Read.
And Laban said, it is better that I give her to thee, than that I should give her to another man. Abide with me. And Jacob served 7 years for Rachel.
And Jacob served what?
7 years for Rachel.
So he served 7 years for Rachel.
And they seemed unto him but a few days.
Oh, that's all I want. Oh, hold on real quick. Give me 1 second. Bear with me, guys. All right. So give me now. So read that one more time, and then let's go. Then give me Exodus 31 and 17.
What, 19, 29 and 19?
Yep, 29 and 19. One more time.
Genesis 29 and verse 19. And Laban said, "It is better that I give her to thee."
No, I'm on where he says Jacob. 17.
Verse 17. Leah was tender-eyed, but Rachel was beautiful and well-favored.
And so Rachel was beautiful and well-favored. Watch his 18.
Verse 18. And Jacob loved Rachel.
He loved Rachel because she was what? Beautiful, right? But watch this.
It says, and Jacob loved Rachel and said, I will serve thee 7 years for Rachel, thy younger daughter.
Now go to 31.
Genesis 31.
And verse 17. Watch this.
In verse 17. Then Jacob rose up and set his sons and his wives upon camels. And he carried away all his cattle and all his goods, which he had gotten, the cattle of his getting, which he had gotten in Paneram, for to go to Isaac his father in the land of Canaan.
Read.
And Laban went to shear his sheep.
And Laban went to shear his sheep.
And Rachel had stolen the images that were her father's.
So Rachel did what?
Stolen the images that were her father's.
Shalom, Sister Collins. So he said, so Rachel have stolen the images, meaning she stole the shears of her father's, right? But this is who he wanted because she was beautiful, right? But he didn't know what type of person, what spirit she was. So, you know, it's the same thing with y'all brothers at work. Y'all weird, y'all lusty, y'all looking for these bad chicks at work, but they spirit can be what? Rotten as hell. Watch this. Jump down to 31 verse 29.
Genesis 31 and verse 29. It is in the power of my hand to do you hurt. But the God of your father spake unto me yesternight, saying, take thou heed that thou speak not to Jacob either good or bad.
Come on.
And now, though thou wouldest needs be gone, because thou sore longest after thy father's house, yet wherefore hast thou stolen my goods?
No. Read it again. Therefore thou stolen my...
Wherefore hast thou stolen my goods? My gods.
The gods. So he stole his gods. You see that? That shows you that just show you that a man can be a god or things can be gods. Because that made money for him. That's what made money for him. That's why he said, you stolen my gods. You see that right there? So I just wanted y'all to see that. So Rachel actually stole this man things. Jump down to 32. Watch this.
Verse 32. With whomsoever thou findest thou gods, let him not live. Before our brethren discern thou what is thine with me, and take it to thee. For Jacob knew not that Rachel had stolen them.
See, he didn't know that his wife had stolen these things. So as sexy and pretty as Rachel was, she was a little thief. But Laban, what's the other one? Leah, she was not cute as Rachel was, right? But she was a straight up what? Good woman. Sometimes that thing deceive us, guys. We go after the things that is pretty, and those things be evil as hell. Those things be evil as hell. Because you're going after looks. You're not going after the person. You're not going after the person. You're going after their looks. All right? And that's what, and then you wonder, well, why are you here? Because what happens when we in the workplace? Are you looking for the ugly girl or the ugly man at work? You're looking for the ones who satisfy your what? What you call eye candy. You're looking for the one that satisfies your eyes. Because it's going to satisfy your lust. If they satisfy your eyes, they're going to satisfy your lust. You know how many women that came up short? Now I want y'all to listen to me. You know how many women that came up short looking for men that is good looking? Where they come up short at? A lot of different places. Because he looks good. You see, so that's what I want y'all to understand. You coming up short in life, in everything. Because that guy that you was overlooking, he might not look like that guy, right? But he's better. He's a better provider. He's a better person. He's just all around better person for you. All right? So where was we at, officer? Where was we at the beginning?
Proverbs and then Mark before that.
Mark 6:63.
6 and 3.
All right, 66 and 3. So Christ worked, right? All right, from there, officer, give me Ecclesiasticus and the Apocrypha 38. Ecclesiasticus 38. And I'm on verse 27.
Ecclesiasticus 38 and verse 27. It says, so every carpenter and workmaster that laboreth night and day.
So every carpenter and workmaster that labored night and day, watch this, guys, come on.
And they that cut grave seals.
They that cut grave seals.
And are diligent to make great variety. And give themselves counterfeit imagery. And watch to finish a work. The smith also sitting by the anvil. And considering the iron work, the vapor of the fire wasteth his flesh. And he fighteth with the heat of the furnace. The noise of the hammer and the anvil is ever in his ears. And his eyes look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh.
Hold on. And his eyes look what, officer?
And his eyes
look still.
Look still upon the pattern of the thing that he maketh.
Read.
It says, he setteth his mind to finish his work.
He setteth his mind to finish his work.
And watcheth to polish it perfectly.
Hold on, stop. Is his mind looking at the booty walking past? Nope. Is his mind looking at the man's chest walking past? Nope. His mind was set on doing his what? So when we go to work, our whole mind frame supposed to be concentrating on what? Work. We're supposed to be set. That's why I went to this scripture to show you. You're supposed to be concentrating on work when you're at work. Not if she's thick or if he's thick or what conversations turn you on or don't turn you on. Watch this, verse 29.
Verse 29. So doeth the potter sitting at his work, and turning the wheel about his feet, who is always carefully set at his work.
Who's always carefully set at his work.
And maketh all his work by number.
And make it all. So he's carefully set by his work. Meaning he don't have time to pay attention to everything that's around him because he's concentrating on what he's supposed to be what?
Doing. That's right.
That's when we mess up at work, guys, when we not what? Focus. That's how a lot of people end up getting fired when they at work. They playing games with the girl or the man over here, not doing their job. Next thing you know, you're in the supervisor's office.
Or even get hurt.
Or get hurt. I'll praise. Great point. Or get hurt. Mr. Ted, let me bring you to this office. Let me talk to you for a minute. Mr. Ted. Well, I'll let you go today. But I gotta feed my kids. You weren't thinking about that when you was running around here messing with Big Booty Judy. Well, think about that. Or the chick, when you was running around here, quote unquote worldly, we're using worldly terms, messing with Hercules. It's built dude. You weren't thinking about your job. Then now you need your job. Now we telling you we gotta let you go. But when you was running around here doing your thing, it was all what? It was all good. Read 30. 31. Read 31.
All right, verse 30. He fashioneth the clay with his arm.
He fashioned the clay with his arm.
And boweth down his strength before his feet. He applieth himself to lead it over.
He applied himself to lead it over. Come on.
And he is diligent to make clean the furnace.
He's diligent to make clean the furnace.
All these trust to their hands.
All these you got to trust in your hand.
And everyone is wise in his work.
And everyone is wise in his work. You got to be wise in the jobs that you do. Just like us bringing forth this truth. You got to be wise in the job that you got to do. You can't just sit up here and say, man, you know what, bro? I don't want to do this Bible today. I don't want to, you know, I just don't want to, I don't want to be around nobody. We can't do that. We got to be wise in our job. Why? Because our job, just like the work pays your bills, you know, the scriptures, 2 Thessalonians 3:10 say that if a man don't work right, officer, he don't eat, right? Okay. If you don't do these laws, you don't live forever. Should you apply that just like you got to pay your bills for your house to be kept over your head or your car, whatever, right? Should you apply that in your life about God's laws? If I don't keep these laws, I ain't going to live forever. I'm going to die. You got to look at these laws just like you look at your job, man. Real talk. We got to do that. You can make up, brothers can make things up all day. You can have multiple, you can do this, you do that. But then you look at those brothers, they ain't got no fringes on. They got their heads covered with the word coming out. They don't believe in Paul's writing. They don't believe in John the Baptist. They don't believe in nobody's writing. They don't even believe Christ. Only they are right. They're not serious about their jobs. They're making up excuses so they can travel down this road of evil that they've been traveling. The scripture says separate yourself. How are you separated if you're doing the same thing society's doing? How are you separated? Somebody give me Ecclesiastes, Acts chapter 18, verse 2. So watch this. Acts 18, 2. Watch this.
Acts 18 and verse 2. It says, and found a certain Jew named Aquila, born in Pontus, lately come from Italy, with his wife Priscilla, because that Claudius had commanded all Jews to depart from Rome, and came unto them, and because he was of the same craft, and abode with them, in rock, for by their occupation they were tent makers.
Stop. I want to stop right there. So, let me tell y'all something. The reason why I went to this scripture for you hard-headed Israelites, sisters and brothers, sometimes Aquila's wife, Priscilla, she was a tent maker as well, right? Why didn't he say, babe, you know what? You just sit at home. I'll make the tents. Why that didn't happen? She worked right there with her what? She was a helpmeet, man. She's a helpmeet. A woman that says, you know what, baby, go kill yourself to take care of me. I don't want her. I don't want her. If I'm a tent maker, I'm gonna carry the heavy load. I'm gonna let my wife do less work than she gotta do. But I still need her help. Watch this. Read. Verse 4.
Verse 4. And he reasoned in the synagogue every Sabbath.
No. Read 3 again.
Verse 3. And because he was of the same craft.
The he is Paul. Because Paul was of the same craft. Watch this.
He abode with them.
He stayed with them.
In rock. For by their occupation they were tent makers.
By their occupation they was tent makers. Stop. Why didn't Aquila say to Priscilla, hey, babe, I got Paul with me now. We don't need you. Why Paul didn't say, hey, bro, you sit at home. Your wife supposed to be sitting at home, brother, while you doing all the work. Paul was a bishop. Why didn't he correct her? Because, go ahead. I'm sorry, soldier. Go ahead. You call me with. Go ahead. Say what you gonna say.
She's a helpmate. She's supposed to be there to help him.
She's supposed to be there to help him. If our wives can sit home, and if we got the jobs to do it, if we got the finances to do it, all praise to the Most High. But if we don't, our wives got to help, guys. That's why right here, you had Paul right here. Paul did not say nothing about, hey man, your wife shouldn't be working. He didn't say that. They studied together. They learned together. They read together. This is how a couple supposed to be. This is not an independent couple. This is a woman serving God that loves her husband and put her husband first. And she got, just like he put his foot in the mud, she put her foot in the mud right along with him. Not because she wanted to be equal, because she wanted to have a man's back. We don't get that thing.
That's right.
We don't get that thing.
She knew that scripture. 2 is better than 1.
All praises. She knew that scripture 2 is better than 1. That's right. All praises. Genesis 3:19, officer, from her.
Genesis 3 and verse 19.
Read.
In the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread.
So in the sweat of thy face should I eat bread. God already let us know that doing working, that's how we was going to eat. In 2 Thessalonians said, if a man don't work, you don't eat. Right here in Genesis 3:19, God already let us know that we was going to work for the rest of our lives. Watch this. Read it one more time, officer. I'm sorry.
It says, in the sweat of thy face shalt thou eat bread.
That's what that means. So with you sweating through your face, you're going to eat. That's how you're going to eat. Read.
Till thou return unto the ground.
Until you die, you're going to work. Read.
For out of it was thou taken.
Out of the ground was man taken. Is that it?
For dust thou art, and unto dust shalt thou return.
So dust thou art. That's where you come from, and dust shall you return to. That's what God said. Everybody got that? From argument Ecclesiastes 39:24.
Ecclesiasticus 39 in verse 24. It says, as his ways are plain unto the holy. As his ways is plain to the holy. So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. Stop. I want y'all to understand something. Because we just went through 2 Thessalonians 3:10. If a man don't work, he don't eat, right? And then we went to Genesis 3:19, showing God said by the sweat of his brow, we was gonna work until the end, right? Until we died. And then we went to Acts 18:2-3 to show that the husband and the wife worked, right? So it's not a law that a woman just gotta stay at home, okay? All right, but if a man, even if a woman's working and the man can afford it, he needs to pay majority of the what? Bills. If you can pay all of them, all praises the Most High. But even if a man is struggling a little bit, he should pay the bulk of the bills. Everybody agree with that in here? All right. So now we're taking you to Ecclesiastes 39, and we're going to show you something. Read that one more time, what you read. Ecclesiastes 39 and verse 24. And his ways are plain unto the holy. So God's ways is plain to the holy, meaning to the people who is separate. We understand what congregating means. Congregating is not sitting at home and saying I'm congregating. That's not congregating. To the plain. And his ways are plain unto the holy. And his ways are plain. I was here to help me out. I had looking for it. As his ways are plain unto the people who is separate. Read, watch this. So are they stumbling blocks unto the wicked. So are they stumbling blocks to the wicked. The wicked don't understand love your neighbors yourself. The wicked don't understand it's a holy convocation. They don't understand it. They can say it, but they don't understand it. It won't compute. They just can't get it. It don't rest. All praises, soldier. Thank you, soldier. Read 25. Verse 25. It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning. Stop. Ooh. I want y'all to hear that. For the good things are created from the beginning. What was created from the beginning? Give me Genesis 1:3, officer. It says, for the good things was created from the beginning. Let's see what what he created from the beginning. Watch this. Genesis 1 and verse 3. Come on. And God said, let there be light. God said, let there be light. That's the laws, guys. It's not the moon and the sun. That's the laws. 1:14 show you that the moon and stuff was created. Moon, sun, and stars. Verse 3 is talking about the laws. Read. Watch this. From the beginning, read it again. And God said, let there be light. And God said, let there be light. And there was light. And God saw the light, that it was good.
God saw the light was good.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
He divided good from evil.
And God called the light day, and the darkness he called night.
And God called the light day, and darkness he called night. Read.
And the evening and the morning were the first day.
And the evening of the morning was the first day. Let's confirm that with 2 Ezra 6. Let's see, is that, are we just going off? Let's see, are we just going off? Give me 2 Ezra 6. And first, go with verse 36. Watch this.
2 Ezra 6 and verse 36. It says, and in the eighth night was my heart vexed within me again, and I began to speak before the Most High.
Come on.
For my spirit was greatly set on fire, and my soul was in distress.
Read.
And I said, O Lord, thou spakest from the beginning of the creation.
Come on.
Even the first day.
Even the first day.
And saidest thus, let the heaven and the earth be made. And that word was a perfect word.
And his word was the perfect word. Was God up there going like this? Was Christ up there going like this? Okay, I got to build this and hammer this and let his words come out of his mouth be a perfect word. Read.
And then was the spirit, and darkness and silence were on every side.
Come on. Then was the spirit. What's the spirit, guys? The word of what?
Word of God.
What's the word of God? The what? The laws. Then was the spirit, and darkness and silence on every side.
The sound of man's voice was not yet formed.
Watch this. Here you go. Verse 40.
Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasure.
Hold on, stop. Then he commanded a fair light to come forth of thy treasure. Read.
That thy work might appear.
Then, let's see what that treasure. Then he said what? Officer, read it one more time.
It says, then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasures.
Out of thy treasures. Give me 2 Ezra. Hold on. Give me 1 second. Give me 1 second, guys. I'm looking. I'm coming. Hold up. Y'all pressuring me. Hold on. I got y'all, guys. I just got to find it real quick. Okay, so we won't use the one in 2 Ezra again. I thought it. Hold on real quick. Hold on. Let me see. All right, give me Ecclesiastes 29 and 11, man. We won't use that one, so we'll go to Ecclesiastes 29 and 11. I was trying to find the one in 2 Ezra, but it is what it is.
All right, Ecclesiastes 29 and verse 11.
Read.
Lay up thou treasures.
Lay up thy treasures.
According to the commandments of the Most High.
So what is the treasures?
Laws.
There you go. Lay up thy treasures according to the commandments of the Most High. Read.
And it shall bring thee more profit than gold.
He shall bring you more profit than gold. I'm sorry, guys, that it took so long, but it is what it is. I couldn't find the one in Ezra that I wanted, but I'll take that one. Let's go back to Ezra 6 and 40.
2 Ezra 6 and verse 40. Then commandest thou a fair light to come forth of thy treasure.
And then commandest thou a fair light to come forth from thy treasure.
That thy work might appear.
That thy work might appear, meaning the laws. So that's what that was. Now go back to read Genesis chapter 1 verse 3 also. That's what that was, guys.
Genesis 1 and verse 3. And God said, let there be light, and there was light.
God said, let there be light, and there was light.
And God saw the light, that it was good.
God saw the laws, that it was good.
And God divided the light from the darkness.
And he divided evil from, he divided his laws from evil. Read.
And God called the light day.
And he called the light day, which is the light day. Why did he call the light day?
Laws.
Right, because it was the laws. He called the light day. Read.
In the darkness he called night.
And he called darkness, he called night. with darkness is what? Sin, and light was what? Represent day. That's all it's saying. Give me, let's confirm it just a little bit more. Give me Isaiah chapter 45, verse 7. Just a little bit more.
Isaiah 45 and verse 7.
Read. That's not me. That's talking about itself. Come on.
I form the light.
I form the light.
And create darkness.
And I create darkness.
I make peace.
I make peace.
And create evil.
And I create evil. You see it? I form the light, which is the what? Laws. And I create darkness, which is what? Which is evil. All praises. All right. Everybody got that thing right there. All righty. All righty. So let's go back to where was we at before that?
Ecclesiastes. Before Isaiah.
Yeah, before we said Ecclesiastes 39. 29. No, 39.
39?
Yeah, Isaiah 39. Ecclesiastes 39.
39, 24.
25. Yep, 25. That's where I want that there.
Ecclesiastes 39 verse 25.
Read.
It says, for the good are good things created from the beginning.
What was good created from the beginning, guys? The law. All praises. So just on it. Read.
So evil things for sinners.
Also he created darkness for sinners. He created sin for sinners. Watch this. Read.
It says the principal things for the whole use of man's life are water.
Watch this. Now this is going to get a little heavy. All right, watch this. The principal things, the most important things for a man's whole life are water,
fire, iron, and salt.
Come on.
Flour of wheat,
Read.
honey, milk, and the blood of the grape.
Read.
And oil, and clothing. All these things are for good to the godly.
Read.
So that the sinners, they are turned into evil.
To sinners, they are turned. So now when we came over here, God made all these things for men to survive off of, right? What did man took all those things and made it like a bargaining tool. That's where you get your trade from and all that old stuff right there. Off the things that God provided for what? For man. Man used these things right here. Let's read over it one more time. Man used over these water, fire. We gotta pay for water. You gotta pay for fire, which is your LG&E. Iron, you gotta pay for it. Salt, you gotta pay for it. Wheat, flour, wheat, you gotta pay for it. Honey, you gotta pay for it. Milk, pay for it. Blood of the grape, which is wine, you gotta pay for it. Oil and clothing. God made all these things for you to have. These is basic necessities for a man. And they use these things and put a price tag on them and charge you for them. You remember when he said he's gonna give us the land of milk and honey? There go your milk and honey right. The land had all these things right there provided in it without us even having to labor for it. It grew on its own. $27.
All right. Ecclesiastes 39 verse 27. All these things are for good to the godly. So to the sinners, they are turned into evil.
They are turned into evil. For the sinners, they are turned into evil. Give me Genesis 2:18 from her.
Genesis 2 in verse 18.
Come on.
It says, and the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him.
So God said he's going to make you a help meet. Help meet. Not somebody that you got to slave to keep her happy. A help meet. Hold on, before I go to the next scripture that I was going to, give me that 1 Corinthians, not 1 Timothy's, officer 6. Give me 6 and 6, officer. Watch this.
1 Timothy 6 and verse 6. It says, but godliness with content is great gain.
Godliness with contentment is great gain. Read.
For we brought nothing into this world, and it is certain we can carry nothing out.
Yeah, so we brought nothing into this world, and it's certain that we can carry nothing out. Here go the point right here. Read.
And having food and raiment.
Having what?
Food and raiment.
Having what?
Food and raiment.
That's what that just showed you in Ecclesiastes 39. Food and raiment. Having food and raiment. Read.
Let us be therewith content.
Let us be content with those things. Let us be content with those things. What do Esau say? Esau wants you to strive to get more. They want you to be in the $200,000, $300,000, $400,000, $500,000 home in the mansion for you to be acknowledged. But God said with food and raiment, let thou be what? Content. Go back to 2 and 19 one more time, officer.
Genesis 2 and 19. You want 2 and 19?
Is that what it was? That's what I was at.
18 or 19?
3 and 19. No, 2 and 18. I'm sorry, 2 and 18.
Genesis 2 and verse 18.
My fault.
And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him.
I will make him a help meet for him. So God said he was going to give you a help meet. Give me Tobit chapter 8, verse 6. Let's see what that help meet is. Tobit chapter 8, verse 6. Watch this.
Tobit 8 and verse 6.
Come on.
It says, thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay.
Hold on. He gave Eve, his wife, for a what?
Helper and stay.
Did I say helper? What is a helper? Give me the definition of helper, somebody. Helper. Give me a definition of help. You got to be helper then. Yeah, give me, I ain't got no phone. Give me the definition of a helper. It might just take you to help, but we'll look at the definitions on it.
A helper is a person who helps someone else.
A helper is a person that helps someone else. So a woman is supposed to help you guys? The scriptures just saying a helper. Read that definition one more time. I was going to just make sure I'm not senile or blind or dumb. Read it one more time.
All right, a helper. A person who helps someone else.
Now let's go back to the scripture. The scripture. Let's go back to the scripture. Don't ever say it again in your life. Come on, read what you got.
It says, what was it? Genesis 3 and verse 18. 2 and 18. And the Lord God said, it is not good that man should be alone. I will make him an help meet for him.
I will make him a help meet. Now let's go to Tobit.
Tobit 8 and verse 6.
Read.
Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper.
For an helper.
And stay.
And a stay, meaning she was going to stay with him for what? Ever. Shalom, shalom, brother.
Shalom, brother.
Go ahead.
It says, of them came mankind.
Of them came mankind.
Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone.
Read.
Let us make unto him an aid.
You know what?
An aid.
A what?
Aid.
Read.
Like unto himself.
Man, give me the definition of aid, officer. Give me the definition of aid. So now we're going to break. You think basic definition, guys, y'all might look at these definitions the wrong way. You heard aid before, and you don't be thinking of aid the way we're going to read it out the definition. All right? Watch this.
All right. Aid as a noun. It says help typically of a particular nature. As a verb, it says help, assist, or support.
Help, assist, or what?
Support.
Ooh. Help, assist, or support. Can a woman assist you and she sitting on the couch eating bonbons all day? And watching the stories. Can she help you? No. What good is she doing for you? Nothing. Read it one more time. This is the verb, man.
It says help, assist, or support.
Help, assist, or support. So now let's go back to the scriptures, officer, one more time and read that 6 one more time.
Tobit 8 and verse 6. Thou madest Adam and gavest him Eve, his wife, for an helper and stay.
Eve, his wife, for a helper and stay. Read.
Of them came mankind.
Of them came mankind.
Thou hast said, it is not good that man should be alone. Let us make unto him an aid like unto himself.
A supporter, a helper. Read.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust.
Stop. That's the whole point that I wanted to go to about Jacob when he took Leah. He took Leah, Rachel. He took Rachel because of what he seen in her. She was beautiful. He said, man, I'm going to smack it up, flip it, and rub it down on all. And he went, man, that's what he was thinking. He wasn't thinking about this woman was a damn thief, was he? You don't think about that when you see these pretty women. You like, damn. You didn't know that she was, I didn't know she was like that. Y'all learned today. Y'all gonna learn something today here. That's right. That's right. We'll learn something today. So with Leah, he took Rachel, and he wanted Rachel, but Leah was really the right woman for him. You remember? I'm gonna give you an example. You remember when Jacob died? Jacob was great dad, right? And he took Manasseh and Ephraim's hand. And even though Manasseh was the oldest son, Ephraim was the youngest, he switched them up because he knew which one was going to be the best what? Leader. Mm-hmm. That was done by him. Same thing right there. Jacob, that Leah was sent to him first because God was showing him this is the best woman for you. Mm-hmm. But he took it upon himself and said, oh, Lord, that can't be the best one for me. Look at this one. She can make me la, la, la all night long. But guess what? That was the thief. She also was going to steal your $100 out of your wallet when you sleep. So, read verse 7 again, officer.
All right, Tobit 8 and verse 7.
Read.
And now, O Lord, I take not this my sister for lust.
Dude, you don't supposed to take your sister for lust. You don't supposed to take that woman just because she looks good. Nobody says you have to have no, what Eddie Murphy called a woman, a bone woman, what if Africa with a bone in those? No, nobody said you had to have one of those. But what you do have to do on the serious tip is not take a woman just because of those things is nice looking to you. You gotta take her because of a man. What woman is gonna cook, clean, take care of the house, and support me? On top of that, you breaking your back for her to keep the bills what? That's what marriage is, bro. Marriage is not bad. Marriage is not marrying a bad B and thinking that you got something. Because with that bad B, she can't even boil water. Yeah, she's nice to look at, but damn, I'm over here starving. You gonna die. You gonna lose her because you ain't got no food in your belly. You over here dead in the bar. She look, next dude up.
You gonna come home and see your TV dinners.
That's right. Who the hell can live on TV dinners?
Maybe a noodle, because she'd have been like
right. I can fix my own damn noodles. You ain't gonna never eat. That's why he said it there, Lord, I take not this wife, take not this sister for lust, but uprightly, therefore, come on, right there, officer, therefore.
Mercifully ordain that we may become aged together.
See, did y'all notice what he said right there? I don't know if y'all heard that thing. I don't know if that, explain to me, somebody explain to me what the last point says, you brothers' leadership. What do that last point say?
Mercifully ordained that we may become aged together.
What is it saying to you?
That's saying to me is we're on the same page, we keeping these laws, and we're going to die old together.
Okay. What did it say to you? That ain't no bad answer. Pretty much saying to you?
I guess that mercifully ordained through me, but I guess that we may become aged together. I mean, that's the way it should be.
Okay, that we come aged together. Okay, what you got, officer?
Yeah, I mean that, basically the same thing, that, they keep the ways of God together, under him, you know what I'm saying?
Okay. I like it. Is that it?
Yeah.
All right. everybody they hit the second part. All praises to the Most High.
Oh, cool.
Oh, y'all hit that. But guess what y'all left out? You hit it, but you didn't expound on it. The mercifully ordained. Meaning that they have mercy, that God have mercy on them to live together. Y'all, the rest of y'all hit right. But by God is how this marriage was going to be able to stay from now until they what? Until they die. Mercifully ordained by God. Meaning begging God to keep them without lust for other what? Women or men. Right. There you go. Y'all hit it on there. But it's just that mercifully. You can't let that little word, that little word right there slide right over your head. Meaning, because when it's mercifully ordained by God, God is having mercy on you not to commit what? Adultery. Or a woman to be adulteress. All right? So, that means she won't be at work. Remember last week, y'all? She won't be at work. Let's do her thing together. All right, from her, man. Officer, boy, you make me sick. Give me Deuteronomy 23:17, man. Officer's back, y'all. Y'all see him on the side right here, y'all. Officer's back. All praise to the Most High, man. Deuteronomy 23:17, officer.
Deuteronomy 23 in verse 17.
Come on.
There should be no whore of the daughters of Israel.
See, the Bible says there should be no whore of the daughters of Israel. Let me break that down to you a little bit so you can understand where you're going into it. If a woman's wearing a tight attire, and so even if it's a dress and it's tight and it's revealing everything, that's an attire of a whore. All right, that's what God is saying. Or a woman that got on pants, that's an attire of a whore. You know what I'm saying? Anything that is not loose fitting, that is not a dress, meaning loose fitting, mean she gotta run around her look like a bag? No, she just can't show off her whole figure to a man. You know, other men. Can her dress look nice on her? Yeah. God didn't say that. But if your dress is super tight where I can see your drawers, no. Right. No, you're in the attire of a harlot.
I'm seeing your whole line.
I'm seeing your whole line. All praises. Yeah, it's the attire. So go ahead, officer, read it again.
It says, there shall be no whore of the daughters of Israel, nor a sodomite of the sons of Israel.
See, that's another thing. That's fornicating as well. Being a homosexual is fornicating. That's under fornication. It's not supposed to happen. All right? From her, give me Proverbs 7:10. Watch this. Now we're going to give you an example about the harlot in tight clothes. Watch this.
Proverbs 7 and verse 10. And behold, there met him a woman with the attire of an harlot.
And see, he met him a woman with the entire attire, meaning clothing of a harlot. So the clothing can make you a woman, hoish person. It can make you that. The clothing. Read.
And behold, there met him a woman with an attire of an harlot and subtle of heart.
She was subtle. She was crafty. She was crafty. Watch this. Read.
She is loud and stubborn.
She's loud and stubborn.
Her feet abideth not in her house.
Her feet abideth not. She don't never stay at home. She's always on the go. Read.
Now she is without.
Now she without.
Now in the streets.
Now she's without her husband. She's in the streets.
And lieth in wait at every corner.
Or she's lurking for this special man, this rich man. Read.
So she caught him and kissed him.
She called him and kissed him.
And with an impudent face.
With a shameless face.
Said unto him.
Said unto him. Now she had a shameless face on her, guys, right? To make it look like she was innocent. I'm innocent. You know how they do this? I'm innocent. Yeah, she had a shameless face on her, but watch. But watch this, though. Here you go. Come on, read, officer.
It says, I have peace offerings with you.
I have peace offerings with you.
This day have I paid my vow.
Come on, watch this.
Therefore came I forth to meet thee diligently to seek thy face, and I found thee. I have decked my bed with coverings of tapestry.
I decked my bed with all type of little good things. Read. Perfume, candy, flowers. Read.
With carved works.
With carved works.
With fine linen of Egypt.
Read.
have perfumed my bed with myrrh.
Read.
And aloes. And cinnamon.
And cinnamon.
Come. Let us take our fill of love until the morning.
Let's get it all the way to the morning, from the night to the night to the break of dawn, baby. Come on.
Let us solace ourselves with love.
Watch this. But here it goes.
For the good man is
Hold on, for the what?
For the good man
Read.
is not at home.
See, that's the same thing with the good man is not at work. The good man ain't at work with you either. And you in there, you throwing. Parking lot pimping. You know what I mean? Men get whoopee in the parking lot at work. That mean men got fired for getting whoopee in the parking lot at work. Men and women. So the good man is not at home. So it said, let us get our fill. Read.
For the good man is not at home. He is gone on a long journey. He have taken a bag of money with him.
So she know this dude is gone. He'll took a bag of money with him.
And will come home at the day appointed.
He ain't gonna come home until the day that he's supposed to come back. Same thing with him at work. I'm here 8 hours. My husband can't get in the gate because you gotta have a badge key to get in the gate. So I know I can do me at work. Do it for me, officer.
What's that? What is it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what's happening at your job, brothers. She's in it. She got her hands on the thigh. That's a shame. That's a shame. But these things happen. Real talk. These things happen. Ecclesiastes 12 and 26 from her. Watch this. Ecclesiastes 12 and 26. Watch this, guys. I'm sorry. 26 and 12. I got you the wrong way. 26 and 12. Ecclesiastes or Sirach 26 and 12. Watch this.
Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
So a woman will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler.
When he have found a fountain.
When he have found a fountain.
It says, and drank of every water near her.
So just like a man traveling, and when he found the fountain, he's thirsty, he's gonna drink up that water. He go, oh man, that water was good. I'm thirsty, right? It says, so is the woman when she have found a man. She gonna drink every bit of that drink out of him. Read, watch this.
And drank of every water near her.
And she gonna drink every water near her. Every man that's by her, she want him. Read.
By every hedge.
By every what?
By every hedge.
Read.
Will she sit down?
By every hedge will she sit down. Is if at a hedge is going to every bed. It could be the back seat of my Jeep, like LL Cool J, the back seat of my Jeep. It could be the back seat of my Camaro. It could be the bed at home. Wherever she can lay her head, it could be the furnace in the workplace. Wherever she can lay her back at, she's going to lay her back and do what? Read.
And open her quiver against.
She going to open her what?
Quiver.
She going to open her what?
Quiver.
Her quiver is talking about her flower, brothers. She's going to open her flower. Read.
Against every arrow.
The arrow is talking about, y'all know what? So, I think it's all we got today. But that was say, that's what happens at the work. Right, drop the mic. Right, that's what happens at work, guys. You gotta watch these things, man. You gotta watch your wife, man. Give me that 25, no passage. 25 and 26. I think it's after, yeah, it's right, 25, 26. That's what it is.
It says, Ecclesiastes 25 and verse 26.
Watch this.
If she go not, 25. Ecclesiastes 25 and verse 25.
Okay.
Give the water no passage.
Give the water no passage. The water right there is representing your wife. Give your wife no passage. Read.
It says, neither a wicked woman liberty to gad abroad.
Don't give a wicked woman liberty to just go anywhere she wants to. Watch this. Read.
If she go not as thou wouldest have her.
If she don't go the way you would want her to go.
Cut her off from thy flesh.
Read.
And give her a bill of divorce.
See, because we're not that. You remember we just read Deuteronomy 23:17. It says there should be no whores of the daughter of what? Israel. See that thing right there, guys? So we must, if you know your wife is promiscuous, is that it? Promiscuous? Yeah. Promiscuous. Yeah. If you know she's like that, then why do you let her go out for 6, 7, 8 hours? Why would you do that? Why would you give her a chance to do that? That's why I said give the water no passage. Meaning, you know, if your wife is like that, you better be on your wife. And if she can't change, then you better divorce her butt. Because I'm telling you now, where there's smoke, there's what? Damn right. If your wife flowers giving up smoke signals, get rid of it. Get rid of it. Get rid of it, because you might be on fire. You enter in that door and you come out that door, 3 days later, that door had you on fire.
Like Kumbo did.
Yes, sir.
3 days later, go see the doctor.
3 days later, you go see the doctor. Then you be trying to put a knot on her head for real. Romans 1:27, officer. I told y'all guys, these things is real, man. Watch this. Romans 1:27.
Romans 1 and verse 27.
Agree.
And likewise also the man, leaving the natural use of the woman, burning their lust one toward another. Men with men working that which is unseen, and receiving in themselves that recompense of their error.
That payback.
Which was meat. And even
that's it. That recompense, that payback of their error, which was meat. That's what we're talking about. God gonna pay you back for that when you step outside those marriages, man. When you women is at home, you women is at work, and then you come home and kiss your husband out the land with another man, you are the most disgusting creature ever. And don't ever think because you brothers is more disgusting than them because you supposed to be men of God. We're not talking about worldly brothers right here in this content. We're talking about brothers in the truth. You brothers who know not to cheat on your wife, and you wives that know not to cheat on your husband. That thing get real, man. Where was I going to go at? Good, I had something pop in my head real quick. Give me Ecclesiastes 26. No, that's all right, because I'm coming to that. I'm coming. You ain't got to go there. I'm coming. Let me see. Nah, I guess I ain't coming. Come on, go to Ecclesiastes 26 then. Ecclesiastes 26. No, that's right. I do got it. I got it down there, officer. You ain't got it. I see it now. All right, from her, give me Isaiah 3 and 1. I see it now. Isaiah 3 and 1.
Isaiah 3 in verse 1. For behold, the Lord of hosts, doeth take away from Jerusalem and from Judah the stay and the staff, the whole stay of bread and the whole stay of water, the mighty man and the man of war, the judge and the prophet and the prudent and the ancient.
The prudent is the smart people, and the ancients, come on, the old, come on.
It says the captain of 50, and the honorable man, and the counselor.
Yeah, the counselor.
And the cunning artificer.
Come on.
And the eloquent orator. And I will give children to be their princes, and babes shall rule over them.
And babes shall rule over them, breed.
And the people shall be oppressed every one by another.
And the people should be oppressed everyone by another. What happens when our wives or when the man or the wife step out on the other person? You're oppressing that person. Y'all know that, right? Watch this, read.
It says, and the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor.
Hold on, give me the definition of oppress, officer. Let me make sure I see. Yes, sir. Oppress. Make sure I'm seeing that.
It says, subject to harsh and authoritarian treatment.
Mm-hmm. Is it another one?
Keep someone in subservience and hardship. Cause someone to feel distressed, anxious, or uncomfortable.
That's what I wanted. That's all I wanted. Somebody. So when we, so I said it right. So when we stepping outside our mates, we are oppressing our mates. You make them feel uncomfortable. Hold on. Let me show y'all that in the scripture real quick. Officer, give me Proverbs chapter 31. Watch what she says that she would not do to her husband. 31 and see. Oh boy, where you at? 11.
Proverbs 31 and verse 11.
Like I went for that. Read.
It says, the heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her.
See, the heart of her husband doeth safely trust in her. Read.
So that he shall have no need of spoil.
That he shall have no need of spoil. So he's not going to be oppressed by his wife. She makes sure that she's not going to oppress her husband. Verse 12, watch this.
She will do him good and not evil.
She will do him good and not evil.
All the days of her life.
All the days of her life. So that's what I'm trying to tell you right there. All right? So now let's go back to where we was. Isaiah 3 and where was we at? Verse 5.
Isaiah 3 and verse 5. And the people shall be oppressed, every one by another, and every one by his neighbor. The child shall behave himself proudly against the ancient.
The child should behave itself proudly. The child should behave itself proudly against the ancient. What's the ancient representing? Elder men. Elder people. Is that not happening right now?
Yep.
That's what's happening right now. Watch this. Read.
And the base against the honorable.
And the base person's going to be going against the honorable men. Read. Watch this.
When a man shall take hold of his brother of the house of his father, saying, that has clothing, be thou our ruler, and let this ruin be under thy hand.
Read.
In that day shall he swear, saying, I will not be an healer.
I will not be a healer.
For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people.
Don't make me a ruler of this people. Come on, read. Hold on. It says, I swear that day shall he swear, saying, shall he protest, saying, I would not be a healer. For in my house is neither bread nor clothing. Make me not a ruler of the people. So this brother right here, he don't want to help his what? His people. Watch his read.
For Jerusalem is ruined, and Judah is fallen, because their tongue and their doings are against the Lord, to provoke the eyes of his glory.
To provoke the eyes of his glory. Read.
They show of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare.
It said the shoe of their countenance, the shoe of their countenance is do witness against them. So what you remember? What is that? Ecclesiastes. Let me read that. Read that for me, officer. Ecclesiastes, real quick. 12 and is it 12 or is it 13? 13. 25.
Ecclesiastes 13 and verse 25. The heart of man changeth his countenance, whether it be for good or evil. And a merry heart maketh a cheerful countenance.
You see that? So whatever your countenance is, so it says the shoe of their countenance. So the show of their countenance do witness against them. Watch this. And verse 9, 3 and 9.
Isaiah 3 and verse 9. The shoe of their countenance doeth witness against them, and they declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not.
They declare their sin as Sodom. They hide it not. So Sodom.
Sodom.
Thank you, man. the hell did I get hot around Sodom? But so Sodom, I was too quick on the jaw, wasn't I? But Sodom, they didn't have their sins, guys. They was doing this thing wide what? Wide open. I'm going to give you an example. You remember when the protesters was out there and they had a picture of a black dude? They had a picture of, yeah, I'm going to say it kindly. They had a picture of two men, and one was turned around, bent over, and the other man was
engaged in some activities.
Engaged in some activities with his tongue behind, right in the broad daylight. Look at his face. Yes, yes. I hope it didn't hurt too much. I'm sorry, sis. I'm sorry. But I had to tell that because this is what it's saying right here. I'm sorry. Oh my God. I think my stomach just turned twice. Yeah, but that's what he means by, this is talking about now, guys. This is talking about right now. Read it again, man. Read it one more time.
Walking around flaming every day.
Flaming every day. Watch this. Read it one more time.
Isaiah 3 and verse 9. The shoe of their countenance doeth witness against them.
They don't have no pity.
And they declare their sin as Sodom.
It's wide open.
They hide it not.
Come on.
Woe unto their soul.
Woe unto what?
Woe unto their soul.
Woe unto their man.
For they have rewarded evil unto themselves.
They are rewarded evil unto. So God's going to destroy their what? Man. That's the first thing that he's taking out is your mind. Now you out here arguing, fighting. Who does that in front of people? You nasty. Oh my goodness, read. Oh my goodness, that's just horrible, man. Read.
It says, say ye to the righteous.
You wouldn't even do that with your woman out in the open, man. You're a sick broad, do that opening with the woman out in the open, man. You just go do that in the opening. Believe me, it's some sick. This is describing where the mindset of our people is right now. Well, not just our people, but the earth mindset is this way right now. That's why we know that we in the last seconds, no more in the last days. We're waiting for that final tick, tick. Tick. And when that hit that tick, that sky gonna open and the Lord's gonna be there. Because these things happen for real. Read.
It says, say ye to the righteous.
Say ye to the righteous.
That it shall be well with him, for they shall eat the fruit of their doings.
They shall eat the fruit of their doings, meaning what they're doing, what they're reading and what they're learning, they're gonna what? Do it. They should eat the fruit of their doings, meaning love your neighbors yourself. You're going to love your neighbors your what? It reads, thou shalt not be an adulterer. You're not going to be a what? Okay. Thou shalt not be a fornicator. You are to avoid fornication. Thou shalt get you a what? Wife. We're going to do those things. But anybody that does opposite of those things is the devil the Bible speaks of. Read, watch this.
Woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with them.
Ooh, it shall be what?
Ill with them.
Man, that's a harsh word right there. It said, woe unto the wicked, it shall be ill with them. Read.
For the reward of his hand shall be given him.
The reward of his hand shall be given. So whatever you do wicked, God said that's going to be your reward. Watch this.
As for my people, children are their oppressors.
So he says, for my people, children are their oppressor.
And women rule over them.
And women rule over them.
O my people, they which lead thee cause thee to err, and destroy the way of thy path. You know, the mama is telling the daughter, girl, twerk what you got at work, girl. Girl, get that guy that got the most money at work, girl.
Shake what your mama gave.
Shake what your mama gave. These things right here, brothers and sisters, is why we're going down the wrong path. You know, I know my mom, bless her heart, you know, before she died, when I was a young cat, you know, mama tell you, man, you know, every woman that I brought home, mama didn't like her. like, damn. I guess she seen that they was what? They wasn't no good.
She seen their spirit.
She seen their spirit. It wasn't no good. So, man, you know, then I think about this thing. I wish I listened to my mama. Because I wouldn't have had to go through all those relationships. Because she knew that they wasn't what? Right. Ecclesiastes 23:16, officer. Ecclesiastes 23:16. Watch this.
Ecclesiasticus 23 and verse 16. Two sorts of men multiply sin.
Two sorts of men multiply sin. Now, hold on. Now, he's going to explain these two men. These two sorts of men that multiply sin. Watch this. Read.
It says, and the third will bring wrath.
And the third will be quenched. That hot mind that just, you just can't, you're not satisfied with what you're learning. You just got to, keep searching, looking. Watch this. Come on.
It says a hot mind is a burning fire. It will never be quenched till it be consumed.
Come on.
A fornicator
A what?
A fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire.
So a fornicator in the body of his flesh will never cease till he have kindled a fire. What's a fornicator, brothers? We got the definition last week. What is a fornicator? A person that what?
A person that commits sexual sin.
Yeah. But it's a little bit more. Remember, a fornicator is a person that sleeps with anybody that is not his what? Wife. So if you sleep with a dog, you're what? There you go. All right, all praises. Read. Verse 17.
Verse 17. All bread is sweet to a whoremonger.
This bread right here is not talking about the good sweet bread that we eat, unleavened bread. It's not talking about that. It's saying all bread is using the bread as a woman in its contents. It says all bread, meaning all women, read.
Is sweet to a whoremonger.
Is all women is sweet to a whoremonger. It don't matter fat, skinny, large, big, smelly, big feet. Don't matter. He loves it all. Read.
He will not leave off till he dies.
He would not leave off until he died. So when God says there's two sort of men that multiply sin and the third will bring wrath. The third is that man, that fornicator brother, and that brother that loves all women, all type of women. You love all type of women. That brother that can get all of them type of women. He got to be a nice looking brother. He can get the foreign chicks and our people, right? But the thing about it is, he'll meet one of them Chinese, one of them ones like it, or one of them Napoleon women, and get that dog behind them. That's the judgment. That's the judgment. So, Psalms 88 and 3. What time we got? What time we got, Soldier?
6:08.
Okay, we doing good time. Come on.
Psalms 88 and verse 3. For my soul is full of troubles.
For my soul is full of troubles.
And my life draweth nigh unto the grave. Mm-hmm. I am counted with them that go down into the pit.
I'm counted with them that go down to the pit.
I am as a man that have no strength.
I'm as a man that have no strength. What verse you at? 4. All right, that's what I want right there. So read that 3-4 again.
Psalms 88 and verse 4. I am counted with them that go down into the pit.
I'm counted with them that go down to the pit.
I am as a man that have no strength.
I'm a man that have no strength. So we're going to explain what all this is. Everybody ready? Mm-hmm. Give me Revelations 21 through 3. We're going to explain what this is saying. Watch this.
Revelations 20 and verse 1. And I saw an angel come down from heaven, having the key of the bottomless pit, a great chain in his hand.
Stop. So the bottomless pit. You see the angel come down from heaven, having a chain in his hand, going down to the bottomless pit. Y'all see this, right? Let's see where the bottomless pit is. Read.
And a great chain in his hand. And he laid hold on the dragon.
The dragon.
That old serpent.
The old serpent.
Which is the devil.
Read.
And Satan.
Read.
And bound him 1,000 years.
Who's the devil, guys? Okay. All praises Most High. So where was this done at? Where was this done at? Right here in what? Right here in America. Started right here. Watch this. Read.
And cast him into the bottomless pit and shut him up.
So the bottomless pit and shut him up. Read.
And set a seal upon him, that he should deceive the nations no more, till the 1,000 years should be fulfilled. And after that he must be loosed a little season.
After that he must be loosed a little season. So the Satan, that same thing that tricked Eve into what? Wilderness. The same man that gave Esau his cunning ways. His deceitful ways, that's the same man that gave them that mind frame. It's the same man. Remember, Satan is a what? He's a spirit. So he can enter in anybody that he what?
Anybody who's in sin.
Say it again, soldier.
Anybody who's in sin.
He can enter anybody that is in sin. All praises. All praises. Well spoken, nobody. You have any great pun? No, just great job. So he can enter anybody in sin. Give me Psalms 143. Is it? I think it's 143 and 7. So hold on, let me get to it. I got some right a little more careful. Psalms 143. Yeah. Read what you got.
All right, Psalms 143 and verse 7.
Watch this.
Hear me speedily, O Lord.
Hear me speedily, O Lord.
My spirit faileth.
My spirit faileth.
Hide not thy face from me.
Hide not thy words from me. And the face is representing the Bible. Hide not thy words from me.
Lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit.
So the ones that, what is the pit? Destruction for our what? People. So if God has his words from you, you surely gonna what? Die. And the dying is, hold on, let me get that real quick. Let's get there. Let's see what the pit is really dealing with. Go back to Revelations 20 real quick. Start with verse 12.
Revelations 20 and verse 12. It says, and I saw the dead, small and great, stand before God, and the books were open, and another book was open, which is the book of life.
Which is the book of life, which is the Bible.
And the dead were judged out of those things.
And the dead was judged out of those things. The dead was judged out of those things. Read.
Which are written in the books according to their works.
Come on, according to what they did on this earth. Read.
And the sea gave up the dead.
And the sea gave up his dead.
Which were in it.
Come on.
And death and hell delivered up the dead which were in them.
Death and hell delivered up the dead which was in them. Come on, read.
And they were judged every man according to their works.
Every man was judged according to what they did according to God's laws. Read.
And death and hell.
And what?
And death and hell.
And death and hell.
Were cast into the lake of fire.
That is your pit. Read.
This is the second death.
You see that? That's your pit. That is your pit. So let's read Psalms 143 and 7 again. Watch this. Let's see, do it adds up now for you. Watch this.
Psalms 143 and verse 7.
Read.
Hear me speedily, O Lord.
Hear me speedily, O Lord. Hear me quick, Lord. Watch this.
My spirit faileth.
I'm low on zeal, Lord. I'm low on faith. Watch this. Read.
Hide not thy face from me.
Even though I'm low on this faith, Lord, please don't hide your face from me. Don't take your laws away from me. Watch this. Read.
Lest I be like unto them that go down into the pit.
Lest I be like them that goes get judged and get thrown into the lake of fire. Everybody understand it? All right. So let's go back. I mean, not go back. Let's go forward. Psalms 35 and 7. A little bit more on this.
Psalms 35 and verse 7. For without cause have thou hid from me their net in a pit, which without cause they have digged for my soul.
It says, without cause have they hid for me their net in a pit, which without cause have they digged for my soul. Meaning they hid without cause have they hid for me their net, which a net is a what? Trap. In a pit. They're trying to get them in a pit. Which without cause have they dug for my soul. So they're trying to get his man. Everybody understand it? They're trying to get his man. All right? So as all that adds up to Psalms 143 and 7, which goes to Revelations 20 and 14. All right? Going into the lake of fire. From there, let's go back to officer where we was. Which is Psalm 88. Right?
We'll go back to Psalm 88.
Did we finish?
I believe so. We did 88, 3 and 4.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, we're going to 7.
All right. Psalms 88 and verse 5. It says, free among the dead, like the slain that lie in the grave, whom thou rememberest no more, and they are cut off from thy hand.
See that? See, he said, free among the dead. This is continuation from verse 4. It says, free, meaning adrift from the among the dead, like the slain that lieth in the grave. So that when this is the walking dead, whom thou rememberest no more. So they remembrance is not going to be no more. They are cut off from thy hand. That's talking about like Romans 14. When our people had to be drafted back in, the northern kingdom had to be drafted back in because they was cut off from who? God. Same thing right there. What it's saying. Read. Come on, officer.
Thou hast laid me in the lowest pit in darkness.
You see, he said, thou hast laid me in the lowest pit in darkness.
In the deeps.
In the deeps.
Thy wrath lieth hard upon me.
That what?
Thy wrath lieth hard upon me.
Thy wrath lieth hard upon me.
And thou hast afflicted me with all thy ways.
And thou afflicted me with all thy ways. Read.
Selah. Thou hast put away mine acquaintance far from me.
Hold on, what did he say?
Thou hast put away mine acquaintance far from me.
So thou hast put away my acquaintance far. So he took away all my close friends far from me.
Thou hast made me an abomination unto them.
Now he'll make me. Oh, I'm sorry. Thou take away my acquaintance. Acquaintance is really not friends. It's just people you what? No. Right. Thou took away my acquaintance far from me, meaning he'll get them away from me. Watch this, because they was not friends. Watch this. Come on.
Thou hast made me an abomination unto them.
He made me an abomination unto them, meaning they hate me. Read.
I am shut up.
I am shut up.
And I cannot come forth.
And he said, I am shut up and I cannot come forth. So when we come in this truth, we got to be able to separate ourselves. So when you're at work, this right here should apply to you. Because I'm going to tell you why, real talk. I'm going to start with the women. Women, when you're at work and you got your dress with your fringes on, no woman really likes you. Just don't let you know. You know, the Muslim women, everybody love the Muslim women. They'll run up, they'll hug the Muslim women because they know that's garbage. But when our women wear their dresses with the fringes, that means something. Them are true children of God. Y'all keep thinking that these nations don't know who you are. They know exactly who you are. Yeah, I ain't got to us yet. But y'all keep thinking that. Let me tell you, I can give you all types of examples of me. When I at my job, I got, like I said, I got over 12 of the 18 nationalities at my job. I work with a lot of different foreign people. All right. When they see my fringes, every day they see my fringes. I'm gonna put it stated like that. Every day when they see my fringes, some of them heads go down in shame. Some of them look at me like I want to kill him. And some of them be looking like, is this the end? Because we waking back up. They ain't seen these things in their lifetime, brother. Now they seen the fringes again. They know exactly how God's people supposed to dress. You think, just like we got books, they got books too on the side about us. Who we really are, why we cannot let them know who they are. Because if they know who we are, the earth will be back ruled by them. Meaning we got to keep the laws. Meaning it's going to be opposite of now. Now we do whatever we want to do, but when they back in rulership, if we don't do what God says do, we die. That's why when you Israelites and men will stay focused on the topic. That's why when you at work, don't be sneaking and getting filled up. I'm talking about you men and you women. Don't be sneaking around letting some other dude feel on you. And you dudes don't be letting these women grab on you and you know, trying to make you pull on something. Don't do it. I'm telling you it's the reason why, because wicked people. I'm gonna give you an example today. We was out teaching on our regular spot today, and we had a guy come up to us just out of the blue and wanted to give us some cold bottled water. So officer, I was teaching at the time. Officer was up there. He's like, I heard him tell the guy, we can't accept that, bro. We it's the Sabbath. We can't no buying and selling. Well, what the brother did was, I'm going to show you how cunning he is, because people hear us all the time saying no buying and selling. So what he did was he went in the store and got us some waters and put it in a Kroger bag in his car. Brought it to us and say, nah, man. He told the officer, nah, man, I brought this from home. Why? What brother is just riding around with 4 cold bottle waters in his car? Ain't going to give them to you. See how crafty our people are? That's why 2/3 of us must die. Because he's seen law keepers, and what happened, we was an abomination to him. Let me give you an example of what I mean to that. Give me Proverbs 29, officer. Proverbs 29 and 26, I think that's what I want. Proverbs 20, I might be off a little bit. 29 and 27.
All right, Proverbs 29 and verse 27. An unjust man is an abomination to the just.
See, the unjust man is an abomination to a just man. Meaning, an unjust man hates a just man. Read.
And he that is upright.
He that keeps God's laws
is an abomination to the wicked.
He's an abomination to the wicked. See it? He's an abomination to them. We hate them and they hate us. We hate seeing our people in this dead state, but he hates that we are right. So the sneaky back, hey, edit that out. Yeah, edit that out. Damn, no, we ain't got no edit on no live. I will say. Right. Yeah. Yeah, it is in the Bible. You're right. Bastard is in the Bible. Good soul. Good saved soldier. We have to promote you up to officer. Read verse 7 again, man. 88 and 7, man. One more time.
Psalms 88 and verse 7.
Read.
Thy wrath lieth hard upon me, and thou hast afflicted me with all thy waves. Selah.
All right, so thou afflicted me with all thy ways. Give me Jonah chapter 2, verse 3. Jonah.
Jonah.
Yeah, Jonah chapter 2, verse 3.
Jonah 2 and verse 3. For thou hast cast me into the deep.
Thou cast me into the deep.
In the midst of the seas.
Uh-huh.
And the floods compassed me about. All thy billows and thy waves passed over me.
And all thy billows and thy waves are passed over me. So when God, you're left, as what he's saying is you left me out here what? Alone. He said, I cried for reason of my afflictions unto the Lord, and he heard me out of the belly. Am I reading the right one? No, for thou hast cast me into the deep, in the midst of the sea, and floods compassed me about. What is those floods representing? And floods compassed me about. Let's jump on a little bit of that real quick. Let me see, can I not mess this up? Give me Matthew's, officer. Let's see, can we get this together? Give me Matthew's. He said, and floods compassed about me. Is that what it says? And floods compassed about me. Watch this. Matthew chapter 7, and start with verse 26. No, 24.
Matthew 7 and verse 24.
Read.
Therefore, whosoever heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them, I will like him unto a wise man.
So he's a wise man.
Which built his house upon a rock.
He built his house on something that's solid. Read, which is Christ. Read.
And the rain descended.
When the rain descended.
And the floods came.
And the floods came.
And the winds blew.
And the winds blew.
And beat upon that house.
And come on.
And it fell not.
And it fell not.
For it was founded upon a rock.
See, that's what it means, the floods of the waves. Meaning all the persecutions, all the afflictions. When these things came upon you to overtake you, it could not overtake you because your feet were solid in Christ. That's a law keeper. But let's get the difference between a law keeper and a non-law keeper. Read, officer.
It says, all thy billows and thy waves passed over me.
No. Go back to Matthew's. Yeah. Verse 26.
And everyone that heareth these sayings of mine, and doeth them not,
shall
be likened unto a foolish man, which built his house upon the sand.
Watch this.
And the rain descended.
And
the floods came.
Read.
And the winds blew.
Read.
And beat upon that house.
Read.
And it fell.
And it what?
And it fell.
And it what?
And it fell.
Read.
And great was the fall of it.
You mean you gonna get put in that pit of what? Fire. You failed. Because your foundation wasn't in Christ, soldier. You see what I mean? You see what I mean, soldier? All right, you see what I mean, sis? Your foundation was not in what? Soldier George, I'm sorry. It wasn't in Christ. It wasn't in Christ. You got to make your foundation Christ, guys. Meaning whatever we do, even we know a just man falls, right? But even when you fall, your foundation still got to be in what? Christ. Because when you fall, you got to admit that, hey man, I sin, man. If you're able to admit that, that means you're a just man. Real talk. Hey man, you know what, man? I messed up, bro. You're a just man. But when you try to hide it, that's when you're going to fall. Okay? All right, officer. We done with go from her, give me James 4:4. Moving on. James 4:4. Watch this.
James 4 and verse 4. Ye adulterers and adulteresses, know ye not that the friendship of the world is enmity with God?
Don't you know that the friendship of the world is enmity with God? Come on.
Whosoever therefore will be a friend of the world is the enemy of God.
So whoever there would be a friend of the world is an enemy of God. Remember that, guys. If you want to be an adulterer or adulteress, or if you're not married, if you're fornicating, You're not married, but you fornicating. You know how when somebody got samples out, like we was talking about the breweries earlier, talking about with the liquors, talking about the liquor. What is it called? The liquor. Distilleries.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you, man. The liquor distilleries earlier. We was talking about those, and Soldier Moses was saying that when you go in there, sometimes they give you a bottle. They got a bottle right there where you can taste the liquor where you at, in the distillery. You know what I'm saying? Like a little taste thing. Well, some of y'all like to go to 5 different distilleries in one day. That's a fornicator. Instead of you staying at that one distillery and drinking that liquor, you at 5 different distilleries. What happens once you keep on mixing all that liquor? What happens? You get drunk. See what I mean? It's the same thing with this truth. You gonna fail? All right. From her, give me. From her, give me 1 Corinthians 16, 6 and 15.
1 Corinthians 6 and verse 15. Know ye not that your bodies are the members of Christ? Shall I then take the members of Christ and make them the members of an harlot? God forbid. What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is one body? For 2 saith he shall be one flesh. But he that is joined unto the Lord is one spirit. Flee fornication. Every sin that a man doeth is without the body. But he that committeth fornication sinneth against his own body.
That's it, officer. So right there, so let's break it all the way down. We not to be joined with harlots. Now let's recap real quick, soldiers. What is a harlot? A woman that what?
A woman who sells her body.
A woman what?
A woman that sells her body.
Okay, you said sells her body. What you got? A horse. Okay.
Prostitute.
A prostitute. Give me some of the things I said earlier. What makes a woman? You said that was right. What's some of the other things that can make a woman a whore? The way she dresses. There you go. The way she dresses. Right. That can make. So God says, read it again also.
An harlot. God forbid.
Read.
What? Know ye not that he which is joined to an harlot is
a woman that wears tight clothes, or that sleep with different men, or that is a prostitute, read.
Is one body.
So that makes you the same what? Body. Makes you the same thing. Read.
For 2 saith he shall be one flesh.
So y'all not separate. What she is what you are. You married. One flesh. So you allowing her to be a hoe and you married to a hoe, God is counting you as a what? Hoe. Remember that. That's why it says there should be no whores of the daughters of what? Israel. All right. From her, officer, give me Titus 1 and verse 9.
Titus 1 and verse 9. Holding fast the faithful word, as he hath been taught, that he may be able by sound doctrine both to exhort and to convince the gainsayers.
Read.
For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
Come on.
Whose mouths must be stopped.
Whose mouth must be stopped.
Who subvert whole houses.
Who subvert whole houses.
Teaching things which they ought not.
So they change old houses to evil. Teaching things that they are not.
Ought not for filthy lucre's sake.
For money. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers. That's these brothers at the jobs with those slick tongues. Slick tongues. It's also these women, because women tongues is slick too. Women will tell you things you want to hear now, boy. They worse than they'll learn from the best. They'll learn from the men. Baby, you look so good to me. Well, I just want to, here you go. Your toes is curling up. You feel like, there she got you.
That's on your chest.
Got that, yeah. You got the Superman on your chest. She'll psych you all the way up. Man, psych you all the way up.
Well, he kick it with the girl next minute, he like that.
That's right. Give me the definition. Give me the definition of unruly. For there are many unruly and vain talkers. See, y'all might slip on this, but I'm going to show you what this unruly means. Watch this.
Unruly means disorderly and disruptive and not amenable to discipline or control.
They ain't got no discipline or what?
Control.
Is it another one? Is it another one? Is it my thing? Is that it? No, go back up. I'm talking about part of that. All right, read it again one more time.
Disorderly and disruptive and not amenable to discipline or control.
They not amenable to discipline or control. Now go give me some.
Disorderly, rowdy, wild, unmanageable, uncontrollable, disobedient, disruptive, undisciplined, rebellious.
Stop. Who's that sound like? Your damn individualites, don't it? It sound like the damn individualites. You can't tell them nothing. They don't want nobody. Ain't no brother ruling over me. Ain't no brother teaching me nothing. Christ teach me. Shut the hell up. That's them right there. Read it one more time, officer. Unruly.
Unruly. Disorderly and disruptive and not amenable to discipline or control.
Now let's go back and read Titus 1 and 10 again.
Titus 1 and verse 10. For there are many unruly and vain talkers and deceivers, especially they of the circumcision.
They that is supposed to be the ones who knows the Bible. You see that right now, what? Right now today, you see that thing. All right, from their officers, right there from their officer, it says, these are you brothers that don't like to congregate. That's what I just said. I had to write that note for me. These are the brothers who don't like to congregate. These is the same brothers that don't like to congregate. But then they always trying to teach somebody. Give me that. Stay right there where you. I want the 2 Timothy's, what we was talking about earlier. 2 Timothy's 3. 2 Timothy's 3, and start with verse 6. Watch this.
2 Timothy 3 and verse 6.
Now, start with 5.
Verse 5. Having a form of godliness, but denying the power thereof. From such turn away.
So these brothers got a form of godliness, but denying the power. Meaning the form of godliness. Let me give you let me strip you brothers on the form of godliness. You got a lot of brothers out here that know what? Precepts. But they're not going to perform nothing that is written into what? So, but they know the precepts. So it's having a form of godliness. They know precepts, but they ain't going to do so the scribes and Pharisees. They had the same thing, same concept. So they had a form of godliness, but denying the truth thereof. Read.
It says, from such turn away, for of this sort are they which creep into houses, and lead captive silly women laden with sins, led away with divers lusts.
Different lusts.
Ever learning.
These brothers is what?
Ever learning.
These brothers is ever learning.
And never able to come to the knowledge of the truth.
But these brothers is not ever able to come to the knowledge, meaning the laws of the truth.
That's right.
These is your unruly people. How many of y'all know these type of people?
We listened to 4 of them this morning, didn't we?
Yes, we did. No, we know these type of peoples, brothers. We know these type of peoples, man. 2 Timothy chapter 3, verse 5.
2 Timothy 3 and
We just read it, didn't we?
Yeah.
From her, give me Ecclesiastes. My fault. I already hit every day. I tell you. Ecclesiastes, I didn't even, right there in the spot where we're talking about it. I didn't even look at it. Ecclesiastes 26 and start with verse 9.
Ecclesiasticus 26 and verse 9. It says, the whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks and eyelids.
Stop. The whoredom of a woman may be known, and you look at these women out here nowadays. And I know some of y'all women in the truth wear them too, but I gotta bring this out. Those big ass eyelashes. That's you know, when the women flick their eyes like that, that gets the man. That's written in the Bible for real. I don't know. I'm just being real. Watch this. Run real time. Read it again.
The whoredom of a woman may be known in her haughty looks
and her haughty looks
and eyelids.
And her eyelids. Watch this. Jump down to verse 12.
Verse 12. She will open her mouth as a thirsty traveler when he have found a fountain, and drank of every water near her. By every hedge will he sit down, and open her quiver against every arrow.
See, we already went through that earlier. 22. Come on.
Verse 22. And harlot shall be accounted as spittle.
A harlot shall be counted as spittle.
But a married woman is a tower against death to her husband.
See, she's a tower against death to her husband. So when a married woman is a tower against death to her husband, meaning she's not, same thing we read in Proverbs. She would not do him harm all her what? All her life. 24.
A dishonest woman committeth shame, but an honest woman will receive reverence.
A dishonest woman commits what?
Shame.
That's that woman that is at work twerking and a bone 3 or 4 dudes. Now she's ashamed. Because why? Because everybody's at work calling her what? A hoe. I thought everybody was, no, you thought wrong. People will always lead you to water, but they ain't drinking it. People lead you to water, make you think that they doing everything that you doing, but they really in the back of it laughing at your dumb ass. Ass is in the mouth.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, right.
Thank you so much. They laughing at you. Why they laughing at you? Because they have led you on a path. You won't even listen to your husband at home, but you listening to somebody that tells you to be a hoe. Wow. Read it again.
Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 24. A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
An honest woman, did they say the honest woman?
A dishonest woman contemneth shame, but an honest woman will reverence her husband.
An honest woman will respect her husband. Respect. An honest woman has respect for her husband. So when you see these women out here popping off, you know they not what? They not honest. That's what that word I want. They not honest. So what do a dude do? These are, read 23 and 23. Watch this.
Verse 23.
Here, yo, this is what they are right here.
A wicked woman is given as a portion to a wicked man.
That's why she can have that nigga that she's twerking with at work. She can have him. Excuse my language, Negro. She can have him. Because she's a wicked woman, is given to a portion of a wicked what?
Man.
Wicked man. It says an honest woman respects her husband. 25.
Verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
Why don't you think brothers always say you a B? The scriptures just said you should be counted as a dog. A female dog is a what? B. It ain't me saying that. This is the Bible. Hold on. Give me definition of female dog, officer. Let me see, is it not in Esau's definitions? Let's go to the horse's mouth. Don't be mad at me for something written in your words, in your language. God took our language, so we got to go by y'all's.
It says, bitch.
Oh, no, don't say that. B.
B, literally meaning a female dog.
B, literally meaning a what?
Female dog.
Thank you. So, am I lying?
Nope.
So, when a brother say this nasty, disgusting B, she's acting like a dog. The dog humps everything. You ever know this when you go home and little poodle come home, he's on your leg humping. What the hell are you doing? Get off my leg. Read it again, man. Oh, man.
Ecclesiastes 26 and verse 25. A shameless woman shall be counted as a dog.
B. Read.
But she that is shamefaced will fear the Lord.
She that is shamefaced will fear the Lord. Ain't no man gonna call no woman no B that is doing the right things. Never. You will never hear no man call a woman a B that's doing the right things. He needs to be punched in his eye 40 times by a man. Who's gonna call a woman a name like that when, well, which ain't nothing but a dog. But who's gonna call a woman a dog when she's doing the right thing? Only a wicked what?
Wicked man.
Wicked man. Same as vice versa. What woman would call a man a B when he's doing the right thing? A wicked what? Isaiah 22, Isaiah 40 and 15 officer. So God says, it says, a harlot shall be counted as spittle, but the married woman is a tower against death. That's 26:22, right? Watch this. It says a harlot should be counted as spittle. This is how God feels about women that wear whorish clothes and that sleeps with different men. This is how God feels about you. Read what you got.
Isaiah 40 and verse 15.
Read.
Behold, the nations are as a drop of a bucket.
They as a drop of the bucket.
And are counted as a small dust of the balance.
Read.
Behold, he taketh up the owls as a very little thing. And Lebanon is not sufficient to burn.
You can burn all their animals and it's not sufficient enough for God. Read, watch this, read.
It says, nor the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering.
I'm sorry. Or the beast thereof sufficient for a burnt offering. Come on, watch this, read.
All nations before him are as nothing.
Hold on. All nations are before him is what?
Nothing.
Read.
And they are accounted to him less than nothing.
Stop. That's what a harlot is to God. You're nothing unless you what? Repent. Don't give me John chapter, what is it, 4, where the woman got caught in adultery. Yeah, don't give me that. She repented. Christ said, go and sin no what?
No more.
No more. It's 8. I think it's 8. Yeah, 8. He said, go and sin no more. He forgave her at one time. She went back like a thirsty traveler on the second one. What the hell was that? I don't know what that was. So she went back like a thirsty traveler on the second. Everybody understand that? All right. All right, officer. From her, give me... You men and women, once you get it, now you like it wasn't worth it. Because you know, guess what? You know how when once you get something and now you like, I ain't want that. Give me an example of something like you get.
You can use what was his name? Absalom. When he got with Tamar.
Yeah, we're gonna read that. All praises. But what is like something that you can get? Like you've been waiting for all your life, like like a toy or something like when you was little, And then when you get it, it wasn't even worth for playing with. You're like, damn, I don't even like this toy.
It ain't gotta be like that. It could be like a new restaurant pop up.
Oh, you hear all the talk about it.
Go to it, you be like, man, that wasn't all that.
Right. So as you brothers that y'all risk y'all whole relationship, give me that what we was talking about, officer. Second Samuel 13. One.
2 Samuel 13 and verse 1. And it came to pass, after that Absalom, the son of David, had a fair sister whose name was Tamar. And Ammon, the son of David, loved her. And Ammon was so vexed.
He was vexed when he was distressed.
That he fell sick for his sister Tamar. For she was a virgin.
For she was a what?
Virgin.
Stop. Give me Leviticus chapter 18, 9 and 9.
Leviticus 18 and verse 9. It says, the nakedness of thy sister, the daughter of thy father, or the daughter of thy mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad, even their nakedness thou shalt not uncover.
Neither shall their nakedness thou shalt not uncover. So,
Leviticus 18 and verse 9.
18 and 9. Read it one more time, officer.
Leviticus 18 and verse 9. The nakedness of thy sister.
The nakedness of thy sister.
The daughter of thy father.
The daughter of thy father.
Or daughter of thy mother.
It doesn't make a difference. If the mother had a baby outside of the, before she had a husband before she had her husband, her husband before she had you cannot sleep. The brothers and sisters cannot sleep with what? One another. All right? Same thing with the father. Read, officer.
Whether it says, or daughter of thy father or mother, whether she be born at home or born abroad.
Whether she be born at home or born abroad. I mean, you see that, whether she be born at home by the same parents, or she's got a different mother or different mother or a different father. It don't matter if she's with them or not. When she come around you cannot sleep with her. That's what it's saying. All right, let's go back to where we was. 2 Samuel
13.
Finish up 2.
In verse 2. It says, and Ammon was so vexed that he fell sick for his sister Tamar, for she was a virgin. And Ammon thought it hard for him to do anything to her. But Ammon had a friend whose name was Jonadab, the son of Shemiah, David's brother. And Jonadab.
Shemaiah. Yeah, Shemaiah, David's brother. So Shemaiah, David's brother, watch this, guys. Shemaiah, David's brother, son, go ahead.
And Jonadab was a very subtle man.
He was a very subtle man, meaning he was very what, guys? Crafty. This dude was slick. So, watch this, officer. Give me 1 Samuel 16. And 9.
1 Samuel 16 and verse 9. Then Jesse made Shammah to pass by, and he said, neither have the Lord chosen this. Again, Jesse made 7 of his sons to pass before Samuel.
Okay, so that's the same brother. That's David's brother right there. I just wanted to show that. Verse 4. Come on, officer.
All right. Verse 4. 2 Samuel 13 verse 4. And he said unto him, why art thou being thou king's son? Lean from day to day. Wilt thou not tell me? And Ammon said unto him, I love Tamar, my brother Absalom's sister.
Read.
And Jonadab said unto him, lay thee down on thy bed, and make thyself sick. When thy father cometh to see thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come, and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it.
So he knew God's laws, right? Because he was David's what? Son. But he ignored God's laws because the law we just read in Leviticus was out then. That law was already there. But he ignored that what? Come on.
It says, and when thy father cometh to see thee, say unto him, I pray thee, let my sister Tamar come, and give me meat, and dress the meat in my sight, that I may see it. and eat it at her hand. So Ammon lay down and made himself sick. And when the king was come to see him, Ammon said unto him, King, I pray thee, let tomorrow my sister come and make me a couple of cakes in my sight.
Stop right there. Jump down to verse 10.
Verse 10. And Ammon said unto Tamar, bring the meat into the chamber, that I may eat of thine hand. And Tamar took the cakes which she had made, and brought them into the chamber to Ammon her brother. And when she had brought them unto him to eat, he took hold of her, and said unto her, Come, lie with me, my sister.
See, at least he didn't say it like Soldier Herman. He said, come and lie with me, my sister. So he asked her to come and lie with her. Now, that right there, I'm going to show y'all something, okay? He said, come and lie with her, my sister. Now, watch how the law works, guys. Officer's going to read it, then I'm going to explain it after he read it. Come on. Go down to 14.
Verse 14.
No, keep on reading down to 14.
Down to 14. And she answered him, Nay, my brother, do not force me, for no such thing ought to be done in Israel. Do not thou this folly.
Do not thou this folly.
And now whither shall I cause my shame to go? And as for thee, thou shalt be as one of the fools in Israel.
Thou should be, for me, thou should be one of the fools of Israel.
Now therefore I pray thee, speak unto the king, for he will not withhold me from thee. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her. Mm-hmm. Then Ammon hated her exceedingly, so that his hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her.
Okay. Where verse you at?
15.
All right, stop right there. Give me Deuteronomy 22. Start with 22.
Deuteronomy 22, verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die. Both the man that...
Start with 21, I'm sorry.
Verse 21. Deuteronomy 22 and verse 21. Then they shall bring out the damsel to the door of her father's house, and the man of her city shall stone her with stones that she die.
Hold on, where am I starting up? Hold on, maybe I started too far. Damn. All right, no, keep on. Just start with 22 where I see it. 22. Go ahead.
All right, Deuteronomy 22 and verse 22. If a man be found lying with a woman married to an husband, then they shall both of them die.
See, if a woman be found lying with a man that has a husband, they should both die. Watch this, read.
Both the man that lay with him will lay with the woman, and the woman. So shalt thou put away evil from Israel.
So it's evil for a woman to lie with a man when you married, right? Mm-hmm. But watch this, read.
It says, if a damsel that is a virgin be betrothed unto an husband, and a man find her in the city and lie with her.
A man find her in the city and lie with her.
Then ye shall bring them both out unto the gate of that city, and ye shall stone them with stones that they die. The damsel, because she cried not.
Because she what?
Cried not.
Because she cried not.
Being in the city. And the man, because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife.
Because he hath humbled his neighbor's wife. Come on.
So thou shalt put away evil from among you.
Where you at now?
Going into 25.
Go ahead, 25.
But if a man find a betrothed damsel in the field, and the man force her, and lie with her, then the man only that lay with her shall die.
Read.
But unto the damsel thou shalt do nothing. There is in the damsel no sin worthy of death. For as when a man riseth against his neighbor, and slayeth him, even so is this matter.
Did you see that right there? So if a woman cries out when a man is raping her, it's rape. But if a woman don't cry out when a man is lying with her, it is not what? Rape. All right, so let's go back to 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel 13 and verse
14 one more time.
14. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto her voice, but being stronger than she, forced her and lay with her.
And so he forced her and laid with her, meaning he what? He raped her. So that sickness is worse is what for him?
Death.
It's death for him. The sickness is death for him. 15.
Then Ammon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than
So
the
he
love.
hated her exceedingly. So the hatred wherewith he hated her was what?
Greater than the love wherewith he had loved her. And Ammon said unto her, Arise, be gone.
What is that, guys? How can he hate her more than he loved her? When we first read at the beginning, he loved her so much that he was sick. What was he doing, guys? Lusting. He was lusting for the young lady. That's what he was doing. He was lusting for the young lady. Before I go into these, we'll read that again, but give me Book of Susanna. Susanna and the Apocrypha. The history of Susanna, give me verse. Yeah, Book of Susanna. Read verse 2, officer.
History of Susanna, verse 2. And he took a wife whose name was Susanna, the daughter of Chelseas, a very fair woman.
A very fair woman.
And one that feareth the Lord.
So she feared God.
Her parents also were righteous, and taught the daughter according to the law of Moses.
So she knew that she could not be no what? No, right? Y'all understand that? She taught them about the laws of Moses. All right, jump down, officer, to verse 16.
Verse 16. And there was nobody there save the two elders that had hid themselves and watched her.
Hold on, stop. I'm sorry. Jump down to verse 8, and then we'll go over.
Verse 8.
Yeah.
And the two elders saw her going in every day and walking, so that their lust was inflamed toward her.
Then stop. So these two elders, learned what?
Men of God.
Two learned men of God. Their lust was inflamed. They was on fire. Watch this.
And they perverted their own minds.
They perverted their own minds.
And turned away their eyes.
What they turned their eyes away from? The law. All praises. All praises. Y'all in the spirit, come on.
That they might not look unto heaven.
They didn't want to even look at God because they was ashamed because they knew they was hot. They was hot to try. Read.
Nor remember just judgment.
Neither did they remember just judgment. They didn't remember the judgment for sleeping with another man's what?
Right.
Read.
And albeit they both were wounded with her love.
They both was what?
Wounded with her love.
Read.
Yet durst not one show another his grief.
So now, where did we just read that at? Where did we just read that at? Okay. 2 Samuel chapter 2, 13, 1 through 3. Where he loved his sister so much, he was sick. I'm showing you the same what? Story. Watch this. Read.
It says, for they were ashamed to declare their lust.
They was ashamed to declare their lust.
That they desired to have to do with her.
They desire to have what they wanted to do to her. They cannot tell each other. They wanted to smack it, flip it, rub it down. Oh no! But they couldn't tell each other that, bro. Read.
It says, yet they watched diligently.
They watched diligently. Read.
From day to day to see her.
Come on, read.
And the one said to the other, let us now go home, for it is dinner time.
Read.
So when they were going out, they parted the one from the other.
Read.
And turning back again, they came.
Look. So they went out. They like, both of them like, you know what? See you later, man. I see you tomorrow, man. And so both of them turned back around. Both of these brothers, trickery as hell. They lust is so inflamed. They wanted to, I see more than him. I'm going to see more of her than him. Read, come on.
And turning back again, they came to the same place. And after that, they had asked one another, the cause. They acknowledged their lust.
They acknowledged their lust.
Then appointed they a time both together when they might find her alone.
Come on.
And it fell out, as they watched a fit time. She went in as before, with 2 maids only. And she was desirous to wash herself in the garden, for it was hot. Desirous. Right. It says, and there was nobody there save the 2 elders.
Nobody was there except the 2 elders
that had hid themselves and watched her.
Read.
Then she said to her maids, bring me oil in washing balls, and shut the garden doors that I may wash me. And they did as she bade them.
Commanded.
And shut the garden doors, and went out themselves at privy doors to fetch the things that she had commanded them. But they saw not the elders because they were hid. Now when the maids were gone forth, the 2 elders rose up and ran up unto her, saying,
look, she butt-hole naked in the water. They gonna run up to her saying what? Watch this. Dirty old man, all praises, man. Read what you got.
Behold, the garden doors are shut, that no man can see us, and we are in love with thee.
We both are in love with you.
Therefore consent unto us.
Give it to us.
And lie with us.
Lie with us. Read.
If thou wilt not, we will bear witness.
Hold on, we will what?
Bear witness against thee.
We gonna lie on you, sis. We gonna lie on you, sis. Read, watch this.
It says that a young man was with thee, and therefore thou didst send away thy maids from thee. Then Susanna sighed and said, I am straitened on every side. For if I do this thing, it is death unto me.
You see, if I lie with y'all, I'm an adulteress, so it's death to me.
And if I do it not, I cannot escape your hands.
That meaning I'm gonna be blamed for something that I ain't do it.
It is better for me to fall into your hands and not do it, than to sin against the sight of the Lord.
You see that? It's better for me to go in and let y'all do what y'all gonna say, what y'all gonna say, than me to sin against God. Read.
With that, Susanna cried with a loud voice, and the 2 elders cried out against her. Then ran the one and opened the garden door. So when the servants of the house heard the cry in the garden, they rushed in at a privy door to see what was done unto her. But when the elders had declared their matter, the servants were greatly ashamed, for there was never such a report made of Susanna.
Read.
And it came to pass the next day, when the people were assembled to her husband Joachim, the 2 elders came also full of mischievous imagination against Susanna to put her to death. And said before the people, send for Susanna, the daughter of Chelcias, Joachim's wife. And they sent. So she came with her father and mother, her children, and all her kindred. Now Susanna was a very delicate woman, and beauteous to behold.
She was very beautiful. Read.
And these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered.
They trying to see how pretty. Let me just see how pretty you are, baby. I'm sorry. We sorry we lied on you, but let me see. We're gonna try and get you put to death, but let us see how pretty you are. Wicked. You see how lust can get you? That's what lust can do for you, man. Watch this. Read.
For these wicked men commanded to uncover her face, for she was covered, that they might be filled with her beauty. Therefore her friends and all that saw her wept. Then the 2 elders stood up in the midst of the people, and laid their hands upon her head. And she weeping looked up toward heaven, for her heart trusted in the Lord. And the elders said, as we walked in the garden alone, this woman came in with 2 maids, and shut the garden doors, and sent the maids away. Then a young man, who there was hid, came unto her, and lay with her. Then we that stood in a corner of the garden, seeing this wickedness, ran unto them.
How? Why are they in the corner of the garden? They never could explain that, could they? Why are y'all in the corner of the garden to see this thing? From the get-go. That's how you know it's a lie. But watch this. Come on, read.
And when we saw them together, the man we could not hold, for he was stronger than we, and opened the door, and leaped out. But having taken this woman, we asked who the young man was, but she would not tell us. These things do we testify. Then the assembly believed them as those that were the elders and judges of the people. So they condemned her to death. Then Susanna cried out with a loud voice and said, O everlasting God, that knowest the secrets, and knowest all things before they be. Thou knowest that they have borne false witness against me. Behold, I must die, whereas I never did such things as these men have maliciously invented against me.
Uh-huh.
And the Lord heard her voice. Therefore, when she led to be put to death, the Lord raised up the Holy Spirit of a young youth, whose name was Daniel.
That was Daniel in the book of Daniel. Watch this, read.
Who cried with a loud voice, I am clear from the blood of this woman. Then all the people turned them toward him and said, What mean these words that thou hast spoken? So he, standing in the midst of them, said, Are ye such fools, ye sons of Israel, that without examination or knowledge of the truth ye have condemned a daughter of Israel? Return again to the place of judgment, for they have borne false witness against her. Wherefore all people turned again in haste. And the elders said unto him, Come sit down among us, and show it us, seeing God have given thee the honor of an elder.
Read.
Then said Daniel unto them, Put these two aside, one far from another, and I will examine them. So when they were put asunder one from another, he called one of them, and said unto him, O thou that art waxen old in wickedness, now thou sins which thou hast committed aforetime are come to light, for thou hast pronounced false judgment, and hast condemned the innocent, and hast left the guilty go free, and let the guilty go free. Albeit, the Lord saith, The innocent and the righteous shalt thou not slay. Mm-hmm. Now then, if thou hast seen her, tell me, under what tree sawest thou them companying together? Who answered under a mastic tree? And Daniel said, Very well, thou hast lied against thine own head. For even now the angel of God have received the sentence of God to cut thee in two.
Read, come on.
So put him aside and commanded to bring the other, and said unto him, O thou seed of Chanaan, and not of Judah, beauty have deceived thee.
Seed of Chanaan is the devil. Come on.
And lust have perverted thine heart. Thus have ye dealt with the daughters of Israel, and they for company with you. But the daughter of Judah would not abide your wickedness. Now therefore tell me, under what tree didst thou take them company together? Who answered, under an holm tree. Then said Daniel unto him, Well, thou hast also lied against thine own head, for the angel of God waiteth with the sword to cut thee in two, that he may destroy you. With that all assembly cried out with a loud voice and praised God, who saveth them that trust in him. And they arose against the two elders, for Daniel had convicted them of false witness by their own mouth.
Damn.
And according to the law of Moses, they did unto them in such sort as they maliciously intended to do to their neighbor.
Maliciously intended to do to their neighbor. Come on, watch this. Come on. No, I was just repeating what it said.
And they put them to death.
And they what?
Put them to death.
And they what?
Put them to death.
Read.
Thus the innocent blood was saved the same day.
Read.
Therefore, Chelseas and his wife praised God for their daughter Susanna.
All praise it.
With Joachim her husband.
Read.
And all the kindred, because there was no dishonesty found in her.
And there wasn't none found in her.
For that day forth was Daniel had in great reputation in the sight of the people.
That's Daniel. So with that being said, man, is our people is wicked. Elders of the church, guys. That's why you must be a watchman at all times. You must be a watchman at all times.
Oh, decrepit, nasty man.
Daniel was a young bishop at that time. At that time, when God raised him up, he was already smarter than those guys that was supposed to be what? Elders. All right, from there. Go back to where we was. 2nd Ezra 13. Stroke 15. Also. We almost done, guys. You have about 20 more minutes. What time we got?
7:16.
All right, come on.
2nd Ezra 13 and verse 15. It says, show me now yet the interpretation of this dream. Is that what was it?
Ammon hated her. 2 Samuel.
No, 2 Samuel. I said 2.
My fault. 2 Samuel.
2 Samuel 13 and verse 15. Then Ammon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her.
You see that? I was showing you that in the book of Susanna, because the same lust that he had for the young woman to get in her, his sister, right? He had the same lust he had to get into her. He hated her even more than he loved her, right? The same thing with the two elders. They loved her so much that their heart melt. It was not they was in love with her. They was in love with her beauty. Right. Just like he was in love with Tamar's beauty. She's a very beautiful young lady. And Suzanne was the same thing. They was both beautiful young ladies. They was in love with just wanting to see their face when they was having what? Whoopee with them. That's the majority of the lust. That's what brothers chase after. They're pretty women, so you just can see their face when you whooping it with them. Yeah. So read 15 again, and he hated her exceedingly.
It says, then Ammon hated her exceedingly, so that the hatred wherewith he hated her was greater than the love wherewith he had loved her. And Ammon said unto her, arise, be gone.
He sent her away.
And she said unto him, there is no cause. This evil is sending me away is greater than the other, that thou didst unto me. But he would not hearken unto her. Then he called his servant that ministered unto him, and said, put now this woman out from me, and bolt the door after her.
Before we go there, give me 1 John chapter 2, verse 16. Yeah, I'm gonna show y'all something. So she was coming with the law. That's what I wanted to explain. You notice when the whole time before he was trying to rape her, in verse 12 on down, she asked him and said, nay, my brother, do not force me. She came with the what? Law. You come down to 13. And whether it caused my shame to go, because it's a shame for a brother and a sister to have what? Sex together. So it's a shame. She's bringing the what? Law. Verse 14. Howbeit, he would not hearken unto a voice being stronger than her. He forced her. That's the same thing. The law was coming out. And Ammon hated her. So she was coming with the law, and he was annoying to what? Law. Tell you the two differences between the children. One children listened to her father, and the other kid did not what? Did not listen to his father. She had the laws, and the brother did not have the law. Agree with you.
1 John 3, verse 16.
2
and 16. For all that is in the world, the lust of the flesh, and the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life is not of the Father, but is of the world.
See, that's of the world. That's what he had a worldly lust on him. He had worldly lust on him. Ecclesiasticus 4 and 21.
Ecclesiasticus 4 and verse 21. Mm-hmm. It says, for there is a shame that bringeth sin.
See, there's a shame. There was a shame for him, and that brought it sin. It was a shame for him. There was a shame. There is a shame that bringeth sin. Read.
It says, and there is a shame which is glory and grace.
And there is a shame that is with praise and grace. Like when you see the Lord and you bow your head down, that is a what? That's a good shame. Let me give you an example real quick what I mean by that. Give me Acts chapter 10. Acts chapter 10 and 23.
Acts 10 and verse 23. Mm-hmm. It says, then called he them in and lodged them. And on the morrow Peter went away with them. And certain brethren from Joppa accompanied him. And the morrow after they entered into Caesarea. And Cornelius waited for them, and had called together his kinsmen and near friends, And as Peter was coming in, Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him.
Read.
But Peter took him up, saying, Stand up, I myself also am a man.
You see that? And Peter was coming in, and Cornelius met him and fell down at his feet and worshipped him. You see that right there? That's what I'm talking about right there as, where was we at before that? Ecclesiastes 4:22. That's what, 4:21. Read that again.
Ecclesiasticus 4 and verse 21. For there is a shame that bringeth sin.
Read.
And there is a shame which is glory and grace.
And there is a shame with glory and grace. All right. He praised Peter, but Peter was like, hey, I'm just a man. You don't praise me. All right. That's a shame that was glory and grace. Brothers have what? Respect. Ecclesiastes 5 and 10.
Ecclesiastes.
Yeah, in the Bible.
Ecclesiastes 5 and verse 10. He that loveth silver shall not be satisfied with silver.
Stop. You see, when he raped his sister, Tamar, he hated her. So the Bible says what?
It says, he that loveth silver.
He that loveth silver
shall not be satisfied with silver.
You're not going to be satisfied with that silver. Read.
It says, nor he that loveth abundance with increase.
Nor he that loveth abundance with increase. Read.
This is also vanity.
It meaning worthless. So when you love, just because you love silver, when you get it, you're not going to be satisfied with the silver. When he loved Tamar, and when he got it, he was not what? Satisfied with Tamar. That's why we are to prove people, guys. And the reason why this scripture right here fits in, because when you at your work relationship and you women or you men give it up to that woman or man, what happens? Oh man, damn, it ain't even worth it, bro. It wasn't even good. Now you'll put your soul in jeopardy of judgment, and the nookie wasn't even the man's wine wasn't even good. Now you're like, damn, sold my soul for some Reese cups. Butter, yeah. The hell is this? Damn, Tobin 8. Now we already went over at Genesis 18. Genesis 18. Hold on, before we go to Genesis 18, read 2 Samuel 18. 2 Samuel 13, 18. Here go Genesis.
2 Samuel 13 and verse 18. And she had a garment of divers colors upon her.
So she had a garment of divers colors upon her.
For such robes were the king's daughters that were virgins.
See, those divers garments was unto the king's daughters that was without a husband that was of age. They have sex, but without a what? They had a code thing. That was the G code. The G code was she had garments on with divers colors. She's a virgin. Bing, 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 bing. Leave her alone. That's read it. Go ahead, finish up. She had a garment. She had Tamar put in ashes on her head and burnt her garment of divers colors.
That were virgins of pearl.
That was what?
Virgins of pearl.
That was virgins of pearl. Which verse you at?
18.
Okay, go ahead, finish up.
Then his servant brought her out and bolted the door after her.
Read.
And Tamar put ashes on her head and rent her garment of divers colors that was on her, and laid her hand on her head and went on crying.
All right, so now she rent her garment because what? She wasn't a what no more. Virgin. And it was done illegally. All right. Give me Genesis 9 and 11.
Genesis 9 verse 11.
You remember Ecclesiastes, it says God says they use these things. These things are for the good, but also they use them for the what? Evil. Y'all remember that? Mm-hmm. All right, watch this. This is the same concept. Watch this.
Genesis 9 verse 11. And I will You want 9:11?
Yes, sir.
It says, and I will establish my covenant with you. Neither shall all flesh be cut off any more by the waters of a flood. Neither shall there any more be a flood to destroy the earth. And God said, this is a token of the covenant which I make between me and you and every living creature that is with you for perpetual generations. I do set my bow in the cloud, and it shall be for a token of a covenant between me and the earth. And it shall come to pass, when I bring a cloud over the earth, that the bow shall be seen in the cloud. And I will remember my covenant, which is between me and you and every living creature of all flesh. And the water shall no more become a flood to destroy all flesh. And the bow shall be in the cloud, and I will look upon it, that I may remember the everlasting covenant between God and every living creature of all flesh that is upon the earth. And God said unto Noah, this is the token of the covenant, which I have established between me and all the flesh.
All right, you stop right there. Finish up. All the flesh.
That is upon the earth.
That all the flesh is upon the earth. Hold on real quick. All right. So God made he gave the rainbow to represent that the covenant that he made with Noah, right? And with all flesh, they would not flood the earth no more, right? What do the LBG community use this as?
Their pride.
They use that as their wicked ass symbol.
Yeah.
They call it the gay pride flag.
You're right. They use it as a wicked symbol. Just like the Davers dress represent virgin. The Davers color dress, the rainbow represents God's covenant. But you wicked men use this thing as evil. Y'all see that? They use this thing as evil. They'll sit up here and tell you all day, well, God says you got to no. God didn't say you really got a choice. He said, I set before you this day, life and death. Whichever one you want to choose, bro. So yeah, you got a choice to die forever, or you got a choice to what? Live forever. I don't think it's a choice. You still only win in one way. The other way is you're going to die for sure. All right. From her, give me Psalms 12 and 6, officer. Still on that right there. Still talking about the rainbow. Watch this.
Psalms 12 and verse 6. Mm-hmm. The words of the Lord are pure words.
See, God's words are pure, guys. They pure. God's words are pure. Don't ever let nobody tell you that this Bible is not pure words of God. Don't let an idiot tell you that. We would not be able to, the scriptures wouldn't come to us like that. We wouldn't be able to hold on to it like that. Why can we go precept upon precepts and no one else can? God's words are pure. Read.
As silver tried in a furnace of earth.
What happens when the silver is tried in the furnace? What happens to it?
Silver melts.
It melts.
Separates the impurity.
It separates the impurities. Now everything is pure what? Silver. Same as you. Read.
Tried in a furnace of earth. Purified 7 times.
You're going to be, dude, God's going to keep getting this thing out of you. That's why we keep on. Look, guys, the more we resist, the more he's going to bring on us. Every one of y'all, I'm telling y'all right now today, the more you resist, the more problems he's going to bring on. Until that thing is out of your system. Real talk. Give me 2 Corinthians 11 and 16. We're moving on now. Moving on. We almost done.
2 Corinthians 11 and verse 16.
1 Corinthians.
Yeah, 1 Corinthians.
Yeah. 1 Corinthians 11 and 16.
1 Corinthians 11 and verse 16. But if any man seem to be contentious,
Is any man seen to be argumentative?
we have no such custom,
We have no such custom,
neither the churches of God.
neither do the churches of God. So if any man be contentious, meaning you want to argue over the scriptures, you want to argue over sound doctrine, meaning brothers talking about, hey bro, I ain't got to wear no fringes. Bro, you're a damn lie. It says right here in the Bible. Christ had on fringes. Said it in the Bible. Everybody had on fringes, bro. But you ain't got to wear them. There's no contentions in the church. Proverbs 3, 13 and 10. Watch this. We wind it down to the end.
Proverbs 3 and verse 13.
Proverbs 13 and 10.
Oh, 13. Proverbs 13 and verse 10. Only by pride cometh contention.
Only by pride cometh contention. That's when brothers and sisters start arguing. It's pride. You women at home twerking, you find that other dude in your life, your work husband. Now the arguments with the man at home increase.
It says only by...
I got you. Yeah, only then do the arguments increase. Because why? Because you dealing with another man. Same thing with you women. And the man cheating. All of a sudden, he don't want to color under you no more. All of a sudden, every little thing you say now gets on his nerve. All of a sudden, now you over here, you feel lonely. You without love, comfort. But somebody at the job is getting all this attention. Because it's new booty. But what happens is, at the end of the day, guess what happens? She gonna leave you, or he's gonna leave you too. He might get a couple of pumps. She might get a couple of umps. But it's over after that. They little party's going to end somewhere down the line.
That's right. If you cheated on...
How you got them is how you lose them. Yes, sir. That's a wise, it's an old proverb. And guess what? It's true. It is true. How you got that man, you're going to lose that man the same way you got him. Or how you got that woman, you're going to lose that woman the same way. So if you was that pickup dude, you was at the dude that buy food at work, made her feel good, and you got in them drawers, guess what? It's going to be a chick, it's going to be a chick that's going to buy him food at work. And guess what? He's going to be watching her cable TV. I'm going to sit back and say, I don't want those digits. You are rotten. So read that again.
Only by pride cometh contention.
Only by pride cometh the contentions.
But with the well-advised is wisdom.
With the well-advised is wisdom. Somebody who studies, there is wisdom. With the well-advised, there is wisdom. Give me Romans 12. But with all that, guys, with all that, Romans 12 and 14, watch this. We know that, people hurt each other when they cheat on you, right? But with all that being said, this is what you got to remember, is this. Watch this.
Romans 12 and verse 14. Bless them which persecute you. Bless and curse not.
Bless them and don't curse them out, guys. Don't curse them far as like, curse them out or curse them be like, I wish you died. Don't do that. Watch this.
Rejoice with them that do rejoice.
You rejoice with them that rejoice.
And weep with them that weep.
Come on.
Be of the same mind one toward another.
Read.
Mind not high things, but condescend to men of low estate. Be not wise in your own conceits.
Come on.
Recompense to no man evil for evil. Provide things honest in the sight of all men.
Come on.
If it be possible, as much as life in you, Live peaceably with all men.
Come on.
Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves.
Stop. It says live peacefully with all men. That's why we don't go to work cussing out other nations and all that. It's not our jobs. Our job is to live peacefully with all men. Y'all understand that, right? We not to do that. We know who our enemies are. That's all we need to know. You can still, you might still have to talk to Esau at work. Esau might still, you might have somebody, hey, what's up, Esau? You be like, what's up, buddy? How you doing? You laugh, have a laugh. You keep it moving. It don't mean that you have to be in a shell and a loner on the island do it. No, God said live peacefully with all men. When you live peacefully with somebody, you speaking to them, man. Hey, how you doing? But if they say, hey, man, you want to go out and have a beer? No. Hell no. I'm going to give you a double hell no. Double no. But I can talk to you at work. You want to talk about Clinton? You want to talk about Trump? You want to talk about Biden? Okay, what you want to talk about? All of them wicked. That's why I'm going to tell you, lady, you don't want to talk to me no more. Damn. Read what you got, man.
Romans 12 and verse 18. If it be possible, as much life in you, live peaceably with all men. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath. For it is written, vengeance is mine. I will repay, saith the Lord.
See, God is going to repay, guys. God is going to repay. He's going to repay, so you ain't got to worry about it, guys. Your supervisors at work, these people who's trying to do bad things to you at work or at home, don't worry about it. God's going to get them back, guys. Watch this.
Therefore, if thy enemy hunger, feed him.
If your enemy hungry, feed him.
If he thirst, give him drink.
Give him something to drink.
For in so doing, thou shalt heap coals of fire on his head.
Read.
Be not overcome of evil.
Don't be not overcome with evil.
But overcome evil with good.
Keep doing good to your brothers and sisters, guys. You understand that? Keep doing good to your brothers and sisters. Do you have to cut people off sometime, guys?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, you got to. Everybody do. You got to. You got to cut people off sometime, man. Because if they, I'm going to tell you, man, it don't take long. It don't take much to steer you in the wrong direction. You see how thick this Bible is? You see how thick this Bible is? This Bible is your whole life. And how many pages? If this is 6 pages, that's how long you've been in the truth. 6 years is 6 pages. 10 years, 10 pages. You're a baby. We babies in the truth. So don't think that you know something. You ain't been in the truth that long. You know precepts right now. But wisdom comes in time. Everybody understand that? So why I'm saying that is because we got brothers out here that walk out here like they know something. They still in the midst of what? Gotta remember that thing, man. Act your age, not your shoe size.
Ain't that the truth?
You know, at your age, because see, we see these things, we see these work relationships all day long. And we talking about Israelite brothers and sisters in this truth, guys. It's easy for you to slip in somebody at work. It's easy because nobody sees you. It's real easy. At home, who sees you at your house? Oh, I tripped and I fell into pootie. No. Nobody trip and fall in pooties.
The one that sees is him.
That's right. He sees that thing. So he's gonna bust you out on that thing too. So that's what I'm trying to tell you. Explain to y'all brothers and sisters, man. Stay focused. Stay focused on the laws. If women are coming to you at work, you men. If women are coming to you at work and approaching you like that, stay away from them. They the devil, the Bible speaks of. They know you do the laws, but they still trying to bone you. They trying to get you, man. They trying to take your soul. You women, don't let no man lie with you other than your husband. Remember last week we told y'all, if a man lie with you other than your husband, you cheat on your husband, you can't be with that husband no more, and you can't have whoopee no more for the rest of your what? you cannot get saved, man. It's simple as that. God is like, okay, you cheated once, I'm still going to give you a chance. But now you can't even sleep with nobody. You didn't want your husband, he wasn't good enough for you. Now you can't sleep with nobody. And it don't matter if that husband died, you still a widow. You still a widow. You can't sleep with nobody. Still. Because you already cheated on that husband.
And they should notice that with Mary Magdalene.
That's right.
She never was with another man.
Right. Give me 2 Peter 2. 2 and 1. Almost done.
2 Peter 2 and verse 1. But there are false prophets also among the people.
But there are also false prophets among the people. Read.
Even as there shall be false teachers among you.
Even as there should be false teachers among you. Come on.
Who privately shall bring in damnable heresies.
These dudes is going to privately bring in damnable heresies. Read.
Even denying the Lord that bought them.
Even denying the laws that woke them up. Read.
And bring upon themselves swift destruction.
They're going to bring upon themselves swift destruction. I only want to. Okay, yep, come on.
And many shall follow their pernicious ways.
Many's going to follow their pernicious ways. Many are going to follow their pernicious ways. Y'all hear me? Many are going to follow their pernicious ways. Read.
By reason of whom the way of
pernicious means harmful. Many are going to follow their harmful ways, brothers and sisters. Read.
By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
And see, they're going to say the law. Brothers that keep the laws. Oh, those camps. When you hear those brothers say those camps are wicked, because we keep the what? Laws. So don't read that second part again. Pernicious.
It says, and many shall follow their pernicious ways.
Many going to follow their harmful ways.
By reason of whom the way of truth shall be evil spoken of.
You see, they're going to speak evil of them that's in camps that keeps God laws. All right, last from her. Give me 2nd Ezra. Hold on real quick, guys. There it goes, right there. Dummy. That's what I was looking for. You know when I said the one in Ezra? Mm-hmm. I found it. I found it now. All right, give me 2nd Ezra chapter. I'm just trying to show something real quick. Hold on. Start with, give me 2nd Ezra chapter 15 and start with verse 56 while I'm getting this other part up here.
2nd Ezra 15 and verse 56. Like as thou hast done unto my chosen, saith the Lord, even so shall God do unto thee, and shall deliver thee into mischief. Thy children shall die of hunger.
Thy children shall die of hunger.
And thou shalt fall, is it fall? This thing's messed up in my book. And thou shalt fall through the sword.
I'm sorry, I wasn't on
I
it.
think it is fall. It's blotted out.
Okay, what verse is it?
57. It says, and thou shalt fall through the sword.
And thou shalt fall through the sword. Come on.
Thy city shall be broken down, and all thine shall perish.
That's what it is. Come on.
Okay. And all thine shall perish with the sword in the field.
Good.
It says, they that be in the mountains shall die of hunger, and eat their own flesh, and drink their own blood. For very hunger of bread and thirst of water.
Damn. So they're gonna eat bread and they're gonna eat their own flesh and drink their own blood for the thirst of bread and water. This is after destruction come. Read.
It says, thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again.
He said, thou as unhappy shall come through the sea and receive plagues again. Talking about Israel. Come on, watch this.
And in the passage they shall rush on the idle city, and shall destroy some portion of thy land, and consume part of thy glory, and shall return to Babylon that was destroyed.
It shall return to Babylon that was destroyed. Come on, read.
And thou shalt be cast down by them as stubble, and they shall be unto thee as fire, and shall consume thee, and thou cities, thou land, and thou mountains. All thy woods and thy fruitful trees shall they burn up with fire.
Shall they burn up with fire? Read.
Thy children shall they carry away captive, and look, what thou hast, they shall spoil it, and mar the beauty of thy face.
Now watch this. Get over to 2 Ezra 9 real quick to go. 2 Ezra 9 and verse. Start with 32.
2 Ezra 9 and verse 32. But our fathers, which received the law, kept it not.
They didn't keep it.
And observed not thy ordinances.
That's the law.
And though the fruit of thy law did not perish.
No, the fruit of thy law did not perish.
Neither could it, for it was thine.
Come on.
For they that received it perished. Yet they that received it perished, because they kept not the thing that was sown in them.
And stop. You see that right there, guys? It says, and I'm building this up for this last verse. It says, and they that received it perished. Why did they die? Because they kept not the things that was sown in them. They kept not the things that was taught, bro. Y'all understand that, brothers and sisters? They kept not the things that was taught to them. Watch this, read.
And lo, it is a custom, when the ground have received seed, or the sea a ship, or any vessel, meat or drink, that being perished wherein it was sown or cast into.
Come on.
That nothing also which was sown or cast therein or received doeth perish, or remaineth not with us. But with us it have not happened so.
Read.
For we that have received the law perish by sin.
We that received the law perish by sin.
And our heart also which received it.
Read.
Notwithstanding the law.
And our man which also received it. Read. That's how you get the law, is through your man. So if your man is corrupt, can you get God's laws? No. Read. For it says, for we have received the law perished by sin, and our hearts, our man, also which received it. Read.
It says, notwithstanding the law perish not.
Come on, but the law don't never perish.
But remaineth in his force.
But remaineth in his force. That's why the force be with you. Star Wars. Real talk. Read.
And when I spake these things in my heart, I looked back with mine eyes, and upon the right side I saw a woman.
What? Read.
And behold, she mourned and wept with a loud voice.
Why?
And was much grieved in her heart. And her clothes were rent, and she had ashes upon her head. Then let I my thoughts go that I was in, and turned me unto her, and said unto her, wherefore weepest thou? Why art thou so grieved in thy mind?
Read.
And she said unto me, Sir, let me alone, that I may bewail myself, and add unto my sorrow. For I am sore vexed in my mind, and brought very low.
Come on.
And I said unto her, What aileth thee? What aileth thee? Tell me. She said unto me, I, thou servant, have been barren.
I can't have no children.
And had no child. Though I had an husband 30 years. In those 30 years I did nothing else, day and night, in every hour, but make my prayer to the highest. After 30 years God heard me, thine handmaid. looked upon my misery, considered my trouble, and gave me a son. And I was very glad of him. So was my husband also, and all my neighbors, and we gave great honor unto the Almighty. And I nourished him with great travail. So when he grew up and came to the time that he should have a wife, I made a feast.
Read.
And it so came to pass that when my son was entered into his wedding chamber, he fell down and died.
He fell down and died. So I just wanted to get that part right there. You read the rest on y'all. All right. So the reason why I ended with this, because we had a law from God and we received it, right? We received it, but we did not keep it, right? All right. So watch this. So now this is the end. This is the last scripture of the day. Revelations 18. Revelation 18 and 11. It's the last scripture of the day. Watch this.
Revelations 18 and verse 11.
11 and 18. I'm true.
18.
Yeah, I'm true. 11 and 18.
Revelations 11 and verse 18.
Now watch this, guys.
And the nations were angry.
The nations were angry.
And their wrath is come.
And their wrath is come. Now the destruction of these nations, they was angry and their wrath has come. Watch this.
In the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
That dead right there is talking about the ones who did not want to do God's what? Laws. What we was just reading right here in 2 Ezra 9, when it says, for we that have received the law purged by sin, 39 and 36. For we have received the law purged by sin, and our hearts also which received it. Y'all see that? Read, officer.
It says, and the wrath is come in the time of the dead, that they should be judged.
That they should be what?
Judged.
Read.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants, the prophets, and to the saints,
and to the saints,
and to them that fear thy name, small and great, and shouldest destroy them which destroyeth the earth.
Hold on. We're going to read it one more time. We're going to read it one more time.
Revelations 11 and verse 18. And the nations were angry, and thy wrath is come.
And thy wrath is come.
In the time of the dead.
The sinners.
That they should be judged.
They're going to be judged. Now they angry. Now they mad because it's time for them to be judged, guys. Watch this. Read.
And that thou shouldest give reward unto thy servants.
The prophets, the ones who was out here teaching on these streets. Read.
And to the saints.
And to the saints.
And to them that fear thy name, small and great.
Them that did your laws, small and great.
And shouldest destroy them which destroy the earth.
And so they're going to destroy them. They're going to destroy them that destroyed the earth. So with that being said, we are TTIC, Officer Jabali, Brother Mark, and soldiers will say, Shalom.